This is the city of Absalom, the city at the center of the world. Absalom is celebrating the Radiant Festival, a 3-month festival of epic proportions held once every 100 years. The celebration attracts all types: tourists, performers, merchants, inventors, as well as unsavory types, petty thieves, gangs, cults, and criminal enterprises. That's where we come in. We protect and serve. We are the Agents of Edgewatch.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat Agents of Edgewatch. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's episode, the agents try to find out more about the upcoming bank heist, and instead, they go down the rabbit hole known as Yak Shaving. So some of you are wondering, what the heck am I talking about? What the hell is Yak Shaving? For those of you who don't know, Yak Shaving is something you are actually probably very familiar with. It's one of my favorite terms, and all role-playing games have it. Yak Shaving refers to when you are assigned a task, and then to find out more information about that task, you have to perform another related task. And then to find out information about that task, you have to perform yet another related task, and so on, and so on, and so on. And you go down this rabbit hole of performing tasks for the previous task until you forget what the original goal was, and you're like 8 or 9 steps removed from the original task you were given. Anyone who's ever done computer programming is very familiar with Yak Shaving, as that usually will happen when you're trying to debug code and you have to go from one piece of code to another, to another, to another, to another, all to fix the original code. As for the term Yak Shaving itself, it actually comes from a term coined by an MIT researcher after watching the 1990s episode of the Ren and Stimpy show, where there was a holiday special called Yak Shaving, and it's a long story, you can look it up. Anyhow, that is where the term Yak Shaving comes from, and I love Yak Shaving because it is funny to implement, and it is funny for the PCs, because they try to get one thing done, and then they have to do something else, and then something else, and then something else, all to get the original task done, and then they go down this long rabbit hole, and they end up going on like 5 adventures just to get one thing done. And that is what's going to be happening today. Also, the episode is a bit long. I actually kept it all together because one of the downsides of Yak Shaving is it can get very complex, and it sometimes is hard to keep track of. So we actually have a recap in the middle of the episode to go through exactly what the steps that need to occur are, as well as I just wanted to keep it all together so that you can keep track of what's happening. I felt it would have been very difficult if I separated this out into a couple of episodes. So instead of having 2 regular-sized episodes, I just made it one fairly large episode. It's actually probably even a little too big for necessity, but whatever. I just made the executive decision and made it larger. Something else we talk about in this episode is spell rules. And we actually talk about the polymorph rule because there's a part in this episode where Gomez uses pest form and turns himself into a spider. And he was saying whether or not he can cast spells or use items, and we get into a whole philosophical discussion with this. I wasn't exactly sure of the full rules for this at the time, and to make things even more complex, when we played our game with Eric Mona and he used pest form, he was casting spells when he was in rat form, and I said it was fine to do. And if you look up pest form in the rulebook, it doesn't have any information about this, so it's a little hard to find out. Well, the reality is you always should look at the keywords. So that is the big thing with Pathfinder 2. What they do to save room is they have keywords for everything. And one of the keywords for pest form is polymorph. And if you go to the polymorph section, there's a bit of text that says, quote, "Unless otherwise noted, the battle form prevents you from casting spells, speaking, and using most manipulate actions that require hands. If there's any doubt about whether you can use an action, the GM decides. Your gear is absorbed into you. The constant abilities of your gear still function, but you can't activate any items." Unquote. The section is actually way longer than that, but I just gave you the relevant part. So it says right there that you really can't do anything in pest form. You just turn into the pest, but you can't cast spells, you can't speak, unless you're in that language, and it actually doesn't do anything. So the whole point, I thought, of turning into pest form is that you might be able to actually use the language of the pest you turn into, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea, but in reality it turns out that's not true at all, and that you can't cast spells and you can't do anything, which also kind of makes sense, because otherwise if you turn into a pest and you're this little thing and you're casting spells, it could be a little overpowered. So suddenly polymorph goes from really, really useful and really powerful to not useful at all, actually, especially at the lower levels. So keep that in mind. I used the same rules that Eric Mona used, and I also thought it was fun, so I made it so that Gomez could like talk at least and like cast spells and do some goofy stuff. But going forward in the future, both Seth and I agreed that he likes to use the rules as written, as do I, so if he does use polymorph again, he will not be able to do what he just did. So anyhow, those of you who are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, always check the keywords. I sometimes forget about them, and, well, to be honest, I completely forgot about the polymorph keyword. It's one of these things like you just see the keyword above the spell, and you think, oh yeah, of course it's polymorph. I know what that does. But then when you look at the polymorph section, it is gigantic, and you're like, oh, there's a lot of rules associated with this. And again, they did this on purpose. And hey, what do you know? It is Yak Shaving. There's Yak Shaving in action. You're looking up a spell, but you want to know what the spell does, so you have to look up the keyword, and the keyword brings you to another section. And then you're finding the other section about the information there, and so forth and so forth. It is a exact example of a Yak Shaving, is that the keywords link you to another section, which can link you to yet another section if you're not careful. And they do that to save space, which it does. But it can make things a little complex if you don't follow the keywords. Also, one more thing I wanted to note, and I really keep forgetting to mention this week after week, is that we updated the artwork. That's right. The artwork for all the PCs is new. What I do is, in the beginning of every single book, I slightly update the artwork to reflect what the characters look like and their gear that they have at this moment. So right now they have level 5 gear, and you can see the new artwork on the actual thumbnail of the podcast. If you also want, go to Roll for Combat Discord channel, and in the spoiler section, I will post the image larger so you can see what they look like. And again, it's subtle updates, but new gear that Basil has, I gave him that. He also was casting a little bit of a spell because now he can, well, do that. We have the summon elementals that he always does, the mephits, because Gomez loves to summon those mephits. So we have little mephits flying around. We have the maul for Dougie. And Lomang actually just has not much different. He has a couple of runes on him, and that's it. But you can see the updated artwork. It's a little subtle, the artwork, but obviously as they level up and they get more gear and they change their equipment, their artwork will change as well. So it will be interesting to see what they look like, I don't know, like book 4 or 5, when they should be significantly different and their artwork should change quite a bit. So be on the lookout for that. And again, just go to discord.rollforcombat.com if you want to see that, or just look at the thumbnail and you can see the new artwork. Anyhow, with that, let's get to show notes. Show notes are pretty quick right now, not a lot going on. You can check out the Bestiary 3 review at rollforcombat.com, and that is by Jason, and he goes over Bestiary 3, which it's a great book. I mean, all these Bestiaries are good. Bestiary 3 is fun because it is wacky and goofy, and there's a lot of cool stuff in it. RPG Superstar, continuously going along. We're almost done with all the monsters. I have just a couple of handful of pieces of artwork left to do and about 10 monsters left to edit, and then we are done with the monsters. And then for the other part, that is being worked on. We're doing the layout. I keep wanting to show you something, but it's still not quite ready yet. I hopefully will have something very, very soon to show you in terms of layout. So be on the lookout for that. To find out more, you can go to our Patreon. That's where I'm posting a lot of the information on the contest. You just go to patreon.rollforcombat.com. We'll bring it right to the section. And we also post a little bit on Discord. Again, just go to discord.rollforcombat.com. And that book is definitely going to be out, well, most definitely out by Gen Con. We're pretty far ahead right now. I don't think Gen Con is going to be a problem whatsoever, but you never know, and we got to get it printed and all that stuff. So it's really close. I'd imagine by the end of the month, that being April 2021, everything will be done for the monster part. The secondary part, which is the new rules for something really amazing, which I've already shown to a couple people and they think it's phenomenal, It's sort of a catch-22. The good news is that the new rules in the new section, everyone loves so much that I keep expanding it and making it bigger and bigger and cooler, so it's taking longer to finish. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest, because we're pretty close to finishing it anyhow, so at this point we're just adding more coolness to it, and it might even make the book a little bit bigger. Right now we're looking at about 160 pages, but I really don't have any set page count, so if I have to go bigger, I will, just to add more cool stuff. Also, don't forget, do check out the Patreon. For $5, you can listen to us live whenever we record. You can hang with us, talk to us, chat. We record twice a week, usually on Sundays and Mondays. And just go to patreon.rollforcombat.com. As little as $5. You also get the episodes early. And, of course, do check out the Roll for Combat Discord channel where you can chat with us and play lots of fun games. Just go to discord.rollforcombat.com. Otherwise, with that, let's get to this week's exciting episode. Last we left off, you started your investigation of the bank heist. Because one of these 3 banks, you think, is going to be heisted. And you discovered, well, not a lot. You're just kind of like, following leads. But you did come downstairs and you decided to talk to spiders. That's right. You talked to ether spiders. And instead of combating them, you managed to Pied Piper them and lead them out of the bank vault. And they went back to their plane of ether. And now they are living their lives, a full life of an ether spider off in Etherland. But little did you know that they were being hunted by the evil Zill from the evil Zill Empire. And the Zill was pissed that you let his prey go. So he has come back for revenge. And we started combat, but let's do it one more time just for fun.
Roll for combat!
Yeah, that makes it official. And let's see, we have the initiative order here. Oh, the Zill goes first. For those of you who don't know what Zill look like, they look like aliens, except they got 4 arms, and in their arms they have 2 scimitars, a steel shield, a longbow, and they're wearing full breastplate. So this is going to be a really simple monster. I imagine you're going to have no trouble with this. Let's just go with it and see what happens. Because what's the worst that can happen, right? Right.
TPK.
Chris Beamer is playing Lo Mang, an orc tiefling monk of the crane style.
They're very, I seen a picture that you put in the chat. It's very Predator-like. They have the Predator flesh dreadlocks.
Seth Lipton is playing Gomez, a goblin elementalist sorcerer.
That's right. And they have the reverse legs, they have the dog legs, which I always like. What were you going to say, Jason?
I'm feeling like if he's truly sportsmanlike, he would let us go first.
Jason McDonald is playing Basil Blackfeather, a Tengu empiricist investigator.
No, he's not sportsmanlike. He's pissed. In fact, he even yelled at Gomez.
As a hunter. You described him as a hunter.
Right. He was hunting spiders, and now he's hungry because you took away his prey. So he's going to have to eat you instead.
He's going to hunt the most dangerous prey. Human.
Yeah, I think he's like sit in a blind for 5 hours until the deer drinks from the river and then shoot it. Doesn't even know it coming kind of hunter. Not a we are now going to fight and I will give you the first move type of hunter.
So let's see. In the area, everyone's spread out, but he seemed to have appeared right next to Lo Mang. So as he appears, and only Gomez can understand him because he's talking Aklo. He's like, "How dare you interrupt my hunt? I will kill you all!" And he does a single attack called Double Slash, which is both of his scimitars will attack you with one action.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
It's like Wo-Mang with the aggro.
John Statz is playing Cadet Dougie McDougal, a human ruffian rogue.
Oh, look at that. 23. Does that hit you?
Barely.
16 points of damage.
What did he roll for a 23?
He rolled a 16 plus. Oh, sorry. He rolled a 10.
What? Yeah, I was
Sorry.
gonna
He
say.
rolled a 10 plus 16. He has a plus 16 to hit, so don't worry about
Okay.
that.
All right.
All right. It's not terrible, right?
It's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. And that's the first attack, so he hits you. Take off them damage there, little
Oh,
man.
I figured I'd do it all in one shot.
Oh, okay, and now comes the second attack. Now, good news is this does have the -5, so.
It don't matter.
25.
You said it was good news.
Well, the good news is that he does 1 point of extra damage because a scimitar does have forceful. Sorry, 2 points of extra damage because it's the number of dice, and he rolls 2d6. So it's 16 plus 12 points of damage. That is good news. So take off 28 points on Lomang. Now that's the first action. Now he gets to go again. What do you think he'll do?
Bow, maybe?
No, the bow is way too easy.
He will drink a health potion.
No, he won't. Oh, Gomez, I forgot, is a mouse. Oh, no, you're a spider, right?
Yeah, I'm a spider.
Spider.
And that spell gives you... What is your... what's the name of that spell? Vermin form?
Pest form.
Same thing. Pest form. Okay, your AC is 15 plus your level. Okay, so your AC is 20. That's nice. Your speed is 10 feet. That's not good. Weakness 5 to physical damage. That's really, really not good. And he's going to walk over to you. And he's going to step on you, Mr. Gomez, because he knows who's responsible for this.
He saw it all.
Oh,
no.
no! Oh no! Critical damage!
That's
That
terrible.
can't be... Oh, that's a long
it's a
I hit with the
natural-
wrong thing. I hit with the wrong thing. All right,
Oh,
let's try that
gotta
again.
reroll.
Gotta reroll. Gotta reroll. Sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, 15.
It's a miss, probably.
Oh, wait, he
Yeah, 'cause
rolled
it was
a
AC 20.
9?
He missed. He rolled... Yeah, because he rolled a 9 plus 16 plus -10.
Oh, -10.
Yeah, -10. So he tries to step on Gomez the spider, but misses. Dougie's up.
All right, well, it's mall time.
You're going to take him to the mall for some mall walking.
Gonna move.
Oh, how do you walk? How do you move? Show me how you did that. How you moved there.
Was
Do your
here?
first move. Yeah, do your first move.
Sure. I went here, then I went here, then I went here, and then I went here.
Oh, you walked as far away as possible to make sure he was nowhere near that. So he's like, I am gonna, even though you're 10 feet away, you walked 30 feet to get to 10
Hey,
feet.
it's one
Wait,
step
why did
back
you do that?
for 3 steps forward.
Because he knows that I'm gonna beat the crap out of him.
This
if he
guy
comes
seems
anywhere
like
near
someone who might have an attack of opportunity.
I would like to use my goblin scuttle in spider form. And
You can't. You didn't go yet.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's a special ability.
Yes, you have to
Yes,
have
it does. It's a reaction.
Yeah.
Reactions can't. You can't use.
Oh,
a
I
reaction till
I
it's your
have
turn.
to. Oh, I have to.
Yeah.
Like I
You're
have
kind
to.
of like flat-footed
boot it.
still.
You're
I have to
flat
boot it.
footed. You
All right,
can't
all
use
right, all right,
reactions
all right.
till your turn's
All right.
up.
All right. All right.
Dougie, you're up.
All right, so I'm moving there so someone can maybe flank him and not run away. So, you know,
Where's
during
the exit?
when it's their turn.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of room up north.
They
I
won't
see.
be running away during their turn, so I'm going to attack with the maul. Oh no! I roll a
16.
For a 16. All right, that was not good.
Nope.
We'll
You
try
missed.
it again.
Oh
There we
my
go.
god.
Oh
There
my,
we go.
my critical damage only. Wait, 3 plus 5. Is that right? That seems a little-
Damn, 24 points of damage. Yeah.
so
'cause
I
you
rolled a 3 and a 5 on a d12.
Yes.
Wow. That's very under average.
Yep. And then
Okay.
plus 8. You know,
And
well, plus
I
4
am,
times 2.
Done.
24 points of damage. You
It's 3
hit him
actions.
pretty hard.
I'm happy.
Hit him pretty hard.
Okay.
That actually is a. I wouldn't complain. 24 is a lot of damage.
So, what kind of action is using the badge again?
Single action.
Just takes one action, right?
Yep, one action.
And what does
Oh,
it heal?
the badge went up because you guys are level 5, so the badge now heals.
12.
No, is 18.
So my first action, I will. Hold on, let me think this through. No, I don't have enough actions. Fuck it. All right, so first action, crane stance. Second action, 5-foot step. Right?
Yep.
Third action, flurry. Hold on.
Okay. Look at that. You got flanking. Come to him, please.
All right, my armor class went up by 1. All right, here we go. There we go.
Oh my. Is that a crit?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
that's
crit.
got to be a crit. That's
33 plus flat footage.
another 24 damage.
24 points of damage.
All right, I matched my buddy over there. All right, here we go. Let's attack again.
Oh, you might beat me.
One time. There we go.
Oh, another one.
Damn
Plus
it.
2. That's another crit. Oh, and he's got to make a save, too.
Yeah.
Is that a crit?
No, it's not a crit.
Yeah.
That's 31, no?
31, yeah, it's not a crit.
Oh.
The other one barely critted him. 20 points. Damn, stop hitting him.
And he has to make a saving throw?
Wait, that's 11 points, not 20 points. He didn't crit.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Thank you. And yeah, he'll take his saving throw. Oh, well, guess what? We'll see. I'll just tell you in a second. He makes it, plus he's higher level than you, which means that he can only critically fail.
Oh, it's critical fail. Gotcha. All right.
And you are done. Basil, you're way in the back. Why don't you come closer? He has something he wants
As
to show
a
you.
free action, I will do an expeditious inspection and recall what I might know about Zills, if anything.
Let's see. Occultism. Oh, man. You rolled really well. Okay, what do you want to know?
Weaknesses would be nice.
None.
God damn it.
Ouch.
Do I get more than one thing or just
Couple things. What else do you want to know?
do they have anything that they're immune to on the other side of the coin?
Nothing.
Oh, they're just really special abilities?
Tons.
Okay.
They are very good at attacking with 2 scimitars, which you saw right there. And they also have this thing where they can bite you and paralyze you.
Ew.
Oh, dear.
Well, all right then. All right. Well, so that was a free. So first action, I'm going to move. Second action, I'm going to devise a stratagem to observe all those limbs flailing around and see where I can fit a rapier in. And then I'm going to attack.
You have your poison rapier now, too, right?
Yeah, but I'm not going to use the poison just yet.
Now, does he have flanking? Even though does Gomez still have his biting attack?
Oh yeah,
as a spider.
I am. I think so. Like the spell just like changes a couple of things.
Well, no, it changes. It does change. We'll see.
I'll
we'll
roll
see.
and see
Just
if
roll.
it's
If it's even
close enough
close
to matter.
Yeah, if it's
Like,
even
it's very
close.
specific about what it does.
Oh,
It matters.
no, he
That's
hit.
a 33 with the devise a stratagem.
And a
Oh my
35
God.
if they're 35 if they're flanking. So that
Hold
Gotta
on.
look it up. Yay!
I'm guessing not. I mean, it doesn't seem right? I mean,
Well, unless it's just like a glamour or something, you know.
You don't gain. I'll tell you, it's very simple. You gain the animal trait, and it doesn't say you have any abilities. Like it doesn't say like you have a attack.
Right.
So-
Well, actually, the language should be when it shouldn't be telling me what I can do that I could already do. It should be telling me what I can't do, and it doesn't. All it says is you gain the following statistics and abilities, and then it says specifically what. Like it does not say you lose your attack, you lose this, you lose that. It doesn't say any of that.
Gomez already
Well,
has
no,
a
it
bite
does.
attack.
It's assumed. No, that's not true because, if Chris became an animal, he can't do flurry of blows while in pest form. He can't.
Sort of applying real world logic to it. If I had 3 fighters and a spider, I don't think I would waste a lot of effort defending myself against the spider. But
right. And like, does it have is it like an illusion, Seth, or is it What kind
No,
of
he's
animal?
actually
he changed into
he's
a spider.
actually a spider.
Oh,
Actually,
see.
you're right. Like I am actually
Yeah.
precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it does talk. It does talk about the form's size and statistics. So I actually do get like yes, it does actually change me. It does actually.
Yeah, no,
I'm
you're
wrong.
actually smaller, so like you can still cast spells. That's where it's really powerful. Is that you can still talk and everything, but you're like you can't use unarmed, you can't use bite.
Like I don't
all
have
that.
hands anymore.
No, I'm not.
So,
And
so
I'm
it's
gonna
like
say
if I had a sword, like I would be able
I'm
to
gonna
use
say
it.
you now. In theory, anyone can. In theory, the way it works in Pathfinder 2 is everyone always threatens because everyone has unarmed strike. But I hate to say it, I don't think I'm gonna say that a spider with Basil attacking will give it to him. I think that's overboard. But you still get the sneak attack damage. I mean, you still get
I get
what's that?
14 total.
14
then.
is a lot of damage, so I'm gonna give you the 14. So
Fear my
Yeah, I mean,
small spider.
That's a fair interpretation.
yeah, like I think it's like you're a tiny little spider. I mean, I'll find out. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure I did that right.
I found a forum that says that insect form gives a bite. Somebody arguing. I don't know.
That's
who.
insect form. That's different. That's
Okay.
a different. That's a different.
Pest form.
Is
I mean,
this a wild shape?
That's no, it's not
Pest
wild
form.
shape. It's different. It's,
All right, is there attack of opportunity if I leave a threatened area in this game?
Yep. Unless you make a
only
step.
if someone has it.
Yeah, only if someone has it. But if you make a step, like in any other game, then you won't get attacked.
Like we have
Okay.
never encountered anything that's had the ability to attack
All
opportunities.
right, next question.
Yes.
I'm inclined to apply haste on someone, but he's pretty beat up already. So A, should I blow such a powerful spell when he's already kind of wounded? B, who is more beneficial for haste? My sense it would have to be either Dougie or Lomang.
You've done almost 70. You've done 73 points of damage.
I would
to
just
this
blast
thing.
them. Get them.
Yeah,
Done a
so
lot of
don't
damage.
don't bother. All right, hold on.
We
then.
rolled 2 crits. Like he's in trouble, I think.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
What kind
I'm
of spider
inclined to
are you?
agree. Oh, that's very interesting. I think I'm a daddy long legs with vicious talons. Or maybe I'm a brown recluse.
Yeah, brown recluses are nasty and annoying. Could be a black widow.
See, Black Widow's too trite. It's too used. You got to be something different.
A tarantula.
Same
That's
thing.
overused.
You want a camel spider?
Oh my god, a camel spider.
spiders are horrible. Those
Yeah, they're
things are
horrifying.
those things are terrifying. All right, well, come on, hurry up.
All right,
Hurry
all
up.
right.
Go.
Yeah. I guess a cantrip.
Wow.
Do I use a cantrip?
Sure, heightened it up.
All right. Let's.
From there,
Oh no! I'm gonna take a step first. I'm gonna take a step and then blast him. So I'm gonna take a step behind Dougie and hit him with. I wonder what he feels like about electricity.
Hit him with the hind.
Electricity or my flame bludgeoning, whatever.
I think
Hell,
either
it is
will work
that.
because he's got no.
No particular.
I think
resistance,
you're
so.
severely overthinking this.
All right, yeah, I am. Electric arc, bang.
You're hitting me with electric arc?
Yeah, I'm hitting you with electric arc. You're in my way. I'm putting you in my way and then hitting you.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
So take a step, and then I shoot through Dougie's legs a bolt of electricity.
Oh my god. Woo. Okay. Let's see. Reflex save, huh? 25 half damage. So 14. So hits him and a 7. Okay. It's not looking good. He's not happy. He's going. He sees a lot of things in front of him. Who looks the weakest, do you think? Basil, Dougie, or Lomang?
I got no armor or weapons.
I'm fancy.
Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Your idea of fun is never actually fun.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun, shall we? He's gonna bite Basil.
No, I refuse.
Oh,
Ah!
Nice
damn it.
armor.
And I roll a 3.
Welcome to our world.
Looking at that damage, oh thank God.
Yeah, well, now he's angry. He's gonna double slash you with his scimitars. Oh,
You roll What?
I rolled a 4, and I'm attacking again.
Your
Getting a
crit
little
damage
better.
was going to be 30.
No.
Oh.
Wow.
Victory is mine.
Then you rolled an 11 for a
17 minus 10.
Basil dances between his blades.
You go, Basil.
Basil goes where his blades aren't.
He still has 1 action left. He's
Basil does the Rocky and does the come on, one more. I would probably regret that at some point in the future.
okay. He runs into the corner. Good luck, Dougie. You're up.
I never get flanking. All right.
He
1,
runs
2.
into the corner, defending himself.
So he can move that fast, huh?
3,
Wow.
4,
Yes,
Faster than me.
5.
that's
25 feet.
correct.
All
He's
right.
faster than you.
My maul is going to break his head. I will crush him. Does that hit? 24?
24, barely hitting him for 11 points
Alright.
of damage.
And the maul will come down on his head again.
Oh my god, I think he's regretting coming into this world.
Oh,
There we go.
Critical miss.
He thought he was dealing with just some random people's
Wow, I rolled a 1.
random
Obviously,
first
you
level.
guys at level 5 are not fun anymore. It's no fun playing against you guys at level 5. 5. How much is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. It's double move. Yeah, it's double move.
No, it's 40. I move 40.
Level 5.
I'm fast.
Okay, you're right. You got to.
That's just enough. All right, so 1 action move, 2nd action key strike. Let's do it.
Ugh,
Let's do it.
not getting any fun. Yes. You
That's
missed.
+1. Shit's already added,
It's
right?
already in there. 20, you miss. He dexterously bows around.
Oops,
Ah.
that don't that don't miss. That's a crit. 30 damage. 3d6. Nice.
Wow.
This ends now.
All right. In 9 seconds flat, you guys pummeled the crap out of this guy and killed him. That sucked. All right, good job.
That was great.
Now what?
Loot the body. Loot the body. Loot the body.
Okay, you loot the body, being lawful that you are. Yeah,
We're looking for stolen goods.
Well,
We're-
on that point, I didn't want to say it because that would be probably a complication. But did we kill him? I
No.
mean, he is a sentient creature, and we are officers of the law and all that stuff.
No, well, no, then you didn't. Then you didn't kill him. He's unconscious, which makes it interesting because
I see trespassing, assault on a police officer, and hunting spiders without a license. That's what I see.
Right, exactly.
well,
But,
he doesn't. Yeah, but
That's
he's
right.
out of your jurisdiction.
and you can't do that.
He's literally from another plane of existence.
yeah, but he committed
Right,
a crime
he's
here, though.
he's in our jurisdiction. Somebody comes from France and starts committing crimes. We don't say, oh, we can't do anything about it because you're from
Unless
France.
they have diplomatic immunity.
Right.
Diplomatic
And
immunity.
he travels without a visa as well.
It's just been revoked.
Well,
Basil.
you actually know something very interesting. Here's the most fascinating part that Basil knows. They can shift between this plane and
The ethereal plane.
the ethereal plane at
Right.
will.
So that's a problem.
And in fact, the only place on planet Earth that he can't shift,
It's not planet Earth, but okay.
the only place on the prime
Valerian.
material plane that he can't shift into the ethereal plane is in this room. And she wants him out of here. So,
Oh, I
have
wondered
fun
why.
getting. So
he
you
did-
could arrest him and try to bring him, but as soon as he wakes up, he's gone.
Well, this will be his jail cell.
So we should just report to our superior. He tells us what to do, and we do it.
Okay.
Like I run back, you bind him up, and I run to HQ. Here's our situation. What do we do with him? What's the protocol?
Yeah, good
Or
idea.
ask my badge. What does my badge say? Does my
Badge
say?
doesn't. The badge isn't even
All right,
confused
so
on
I
this
run
one.
I do what a cop does in this situation, and I ask for advice from my
You call
superior
in.
officers.
Yeah, phone a friend.
We call in. They tell you that, well, this is kind of a little bit out of jurisdiction, and they were hunting spiders, and Yeah, they think about it a bit, and they're like, well, I would say take him out of the cell into an area where he can shift and bind him up, not too much, so that he could break out of it eventually, and then wake him up and tell him to get out of here and see if he leaves.
Let him off with a warning.
Yeah, basically, you let him off with a warning, right?
Attempted murder, he tried.
It's not. They can't really do anything with him.
So I'll do that, and also I got the intimidation, so I'll intimidate him with my glaring intimidation, and I'll explain to him it's like I'll list the charges, and I'll say, but we understand your situation, so we're gonna for the like our superiors, for the sake of interdimensional peace and tranquility. We don't want an interdimensional incident, diplomatic incident. We're gonna let you off of a warning this time, but don't come back.
So you quickly run back before the spell runs out. Drag him out of that cell, because it's that vault that specifically has the ethereal plane locking. It's actually plane shift that allows it to no longer. People can't teleport. Or actually, they can teleport in, but you can't get out. It's one of these.
Well, it's good. It makes sense, because, I mean, otherwise people would do that and steal all their stuff.
Yeah. Like, it allows you, like, you can get in, but you can't get out. It's actually designed to trap them.
That's interesting.
So anyhow, they you can drag him out. You can slap him awake, tie him up.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
And he just curses you out and realizes how handily you beat him, and then just disappears in a poof of smoke, like he was never there.
Job well done.
It's like the usual suspects.
I was afraid of him, like Kaiser Sose. I am not now.
He was Kaiser Sose. And as you're going back and forth, don't forget Roka, who runs the bank, is thrilled for doing such a good job of not only removing the ether spiders, but the Zill themselves. And she's impressed that you managed to defeat such a powerful creature so readily. She's like, oh my God, how did you manage to do that? That's so impressive. Oh, I'm so impressed. In fact, for taking care of the spiders in the vault, here, small reward, as I know the Zill kind of left town without giving you anything proper. So here. And she pulls out and gives you some items for your own personal use. She goes on to explain how she's like, well, back in my adventuring days, I was quite the adventurer, but now I'm way past those days, and looks like you can use these more than I can. I just run this bank. So here. And she hands to you. You're waiting for it? Is everyone on the edge of their seat?
I am waiting.
She gives you this wide leather belt, and she goes, This is a lifting belt. It gives you a +1 item bonus to your athletics checks and increases the amount you can easily carry. It's really great. I used to use this all the time to carry out all that treasure whenever I went adventuring. So I'll give you the link.
Well, man, can use. Do you use athletics checks?
I do.
I also can, but I got a whole bunch of stuff recently.
And on top of that, then she gives you a dried seaweed bracelet that is lined with charms that are shaped like shark teeth. She goes,
cool.
This is my shark tooth charm. And when you activate the bracelet, and she goes on to explain that this is a talisman, which I believe means it's a one-use item.
Yes.
So it burns out permanently, but this one works with escape on acrobatics. So if you're an expert in acrobatics, you could affix it to your armor, and then if you roll a success, you get a critical success. And if you roll a critical failure, you get a failure instead. And if you fail an acrobatics check against a grabbing creature, the creature must either release you as a free action or take 2d8 piercing damage as the shark teeth bite them.
Nice.
So basically, it's just like a get out of jail free card one time. It's not exactly. It's only 23 gold. It's
honestly,
not like, I think super amazing.
I don't think I should take that because I can already beat. I got a +12 to my acrobatics checks. Basil, you're always getting roughed up in some of these situations. Would you like? You're not into. You don't have good acrobatics, right?
I don't believe so. No.
No, but all it does is makes a regular success a critical success.
Yeah.
So you should give it to someone who has.
Well, you have to be an expert in acrobatics to use it.
Oh,
No, then I can't even use it then.
Okay.
I have a plus 13
Well-
acrobatics.
Really?
Yes.
That beats me.
Yes.
I only have plus 12.
Are you an expert? Though?
I'm only trained in acrobatics.
Actually, that's if you want to use the special command. There's actually two things. You either activate it and then you could escape without rolling, and that's if you're an expert, or you can just use it and it just gives you one more level of success. So it's sort of like if you're an expert in acrobatics, it's really good. If you're
okay.
regular in acrobatics, if you're just trained or even untrained, it's okay.
But does it go away?
It goes away. It's a one-time use.
You're an expert, right, Lomé?
I'm an expert, yeah.
Take it.
All right.
I've
Yeah.
gotten so much treasure lately.
Yeah, I've noticed. I have gotten nothing. It's my first thing.
Well, this was good for you.
yeah, it's all right.
Well, I'm not done. And then she pulls out one last thing. And she says, this, I think you can use more than I can. As I felt that I wanted to give this to an adventuring group or a party. And considering how bad those cops are in this area, the token watch, I'll give it to you instead. I call it Heartseeker. And she pulls out her +1 longbow. She says, hopefully one of you can use this. It worked out very well for me over the years.
Wow. That's a good thing.
What does that do?
Basil?
+1 longbow.
Oh, just a plus one.
Gomez?
But it has a rune. You can move it, right?
That's correct. You can move the +1 to a different item. That is correct.
That's a third. Yeah. Anyone? Can anyone use a bow?
I cannot.
Not me.
And I don't think anyone really needs a +1 on anything right now.
Basil?
I was checking. I mean, because right now I'm using a sling as my supposed ranged weapon, but I also have spells. So I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Dougie doesn't have ranged weapons, so I don't
I
want
have
to
a
keep.
+1 crossbow already.
Oh, wow. Do you want to upgrade and
Can't.
not
It won't-
carry? Oh.
It won't
okay.
work like that, unfortunately, right?
Nope.
I don't want to keep taking treasure, but.
Well, let's hold on to that because we may find something.
All right, I'll carry it. You can put it on my person. We'll sell it when we.
Yeah, Dougie, you don't want to be
selling.
rude. You don't want to be rude. Accept
Yeah.
the gift. Hold
I'll
on
accept
to
the
it.
gift and say how much I'm going to use it. Do we have to buy arrows or is
Sure, and she also gives you 40 arrows.
okay?
Theoretically, I could use it since it's a martial weapon.
Well, dude, there you go.
I'll hold on to it for now. I don't mean there's a chance maybe we'll just sell it, but
Yeah. Okay. I just think something called Heartseeker might be kind of cool.
Here's my amazing, wonderful longbow that I've used for countless adventures that I've poured
Great.
my heart and my soul into it that I named it Heartseeker.
let's sell it.
Thanks!
Yeah, I
And then you walk over to the pawn shop. You're like, how much?
We need to dump this on someone.
We name this bow Gold Seeker.
Right.
It is absolutely getting regifted.
Yeah, just because we're going to find out anyway. How much is the resale value? Do you know offhand, or is that something you have to look up?
Oh, the +1, it's 35, and then I don't know how much a longbow is. I think it's like a gold.
okay.
So.
All
The
right.
longbow is 6 gold,
Okay,
so
so we're
you
talking
get
like
three gold
20
for the
something,
longbow.
maybe.
It's
So-
17 for the rune.
Exactly.
Okay.
So 20 gold for the pair. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you get 20.5 gold. To be honest, it's probably worth it. I mean, if you really need it, sure. But you know what? Longbows come in handy. They are very they're very good. They hit from far, especially if spells have, a lot of spells only go 30 feet.
100 foot range, and it's got deadly.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
if it crits, it gets an extra.
You know what?
D10.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Does strength bonuses apply to missiles?
No.
I didn't
Only
think
to
so.
Only-
the composite bow.
Yes, only
you can get
composite
half
bows.
your strength
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, they weaken bows a lot in Pathfinder.
I
to me.
don't have a ranged weapon, but I kind of don't mind not having a ranged weapon.
Yeah, that is the problem. Is that it doesn't you don't get the strength bonus for damage. But there is a feat that I can take as a monk feat in the new thing called Zen Archery, and then I can use Flurry of Blows on a bow.
Which is weird because longbows are notoriously, historically, very difficult. Like the strength is 100. That's some 180 pound draw. Like That's
Well, who said
pulling
this
on
takes-
180
This
pounds.
doesn't
That's a
take place
lot of
on
weight.
Earth. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
like-
And also,
I know.
it's different bows. Like you're talking about. There's English longbow,
Yeah,
Right.
and then
that's-
there's crappy Scythian. Everybody else uses it bow.
and what about
which is
Japanese
Which is not a
longbows?
120-pound bow.
Japanese longbows also are not like 120 pounds.
No, it's the crazy one.
Well, guess what? This is a magical +1
That's true. That's
longbow that even crappy Gomez could use and do pretty well with his 10 strength, whatever.
Interestingly enough, a longbow has the volley property, which is actually gives it negatives if you're shooting too close.
Correct.
Within 30 feet, it's actually a -2.
Yep, that's
true.
right.
Wow,
You
interesting.
have to shoot it from far away. If you shoot it too close.
I mean,
it's
I'll hold on to it now because my spells are in the 30 to 50 foot range. If there's something that's further away, maybe the bow's the right choice for that.
Basil, it's all yours. You got it.
So,
Who gets the lifting belt? The lifting belt you have to invest in. So
What does it do exactly?
The lifting belt?
It just adds a +1 to your.
yeah,
To your
plus
bulk.
13 to athletics already. Dougie doesn't really need it.
It gives you a +1 to athletics. It gives you more that you can carry. It's 6 plus your strength modifier
Oh my
before
god.
you're encumbered, or
Oh my
11 plus your
God.
strength modifier, and then you are encumbered. You can spend and activate it for 2 actions. You can lift an object up to 8 bulk as though it were weightless. This requires 2 hands, and if the object is locked or otherwise held in place, you can attempt to force it open using athletics as part of this activation. The object still has the full weight and bulk for all other purposes. You can just ignore that weight. This effect lasts until the end of your next turn. Yeah, it makes you Conan.
Ah, I like it.
I don't think Chris wants that
I
at
like that.
all.
I do want that.
I know
Yeah,
you do.
this is a
Dude,
low
who
mang.
doesn't want to be
Let's
Conan?
go as low mang all the way.
8 bulk is crazy. That's a lot.
And I do have a 13 athletics, so I'm an expert athletics also. So that's a
Nice.
Well, now you have if you did this, then it's a 14 athletics.
Yeah, and I can start jumping around more. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Jump
I like it.
around.
Lifting belt. Okay. How much is it worth? Curious.
Sell value 40.
Okay.
It's 80
Yeah, it's
gold.
cheap. Yeah, that's fine. Good. All right.
Anyhow,
Can
she's
someone
really
heal me?
happy that you managed to clear out the spiders. Other than that, she opens up the bank and she really appreciates you, gives you all that. Do you want to talk to her or ask her anything else?
Bumper
Because-
for information.
I'm going to use my healing on myself and heal my wounds.
No, just
That's fine.
here. I'll hand wave. I'll do a medicine check
I have
on
medicine
you.
checks now. I have medicine also.
But the spiders were the source of the digging that originally brought us here. She told
Correct?
us that.
Is that
Yeah.
true? We asked that question.
Yes. She looks like, from what you can tell, that the spiders dug into this vault where she thought they dug in, but reality, they phased in and then couldn't get out. They kept trying to leave, but the vault was closed. And what she thought was digging was actually the spiders trying to, just get out. They were trying
Alright,
to dig
so-
their way through the door.
So I am satisfied crossing this off the list. Sworn Sword Savings Loan solved.
I kind of agree. We don't need to come back here anymore.
Right.
What do you guys say?
I think it's pretty unlikely they're going to hit this bank.
Yeah, it has spiders.
Well, it's also pretty well defended.
Yeah, of all the banks, this one is probably the most well defended because not only does it have, the standard wards and strong walls like all these banks, but this one seems to have magical wards. Obviously, some of the others do too, but this one is specifically designed for magic and magics.
So to review, we have outstanding, unexplained, not completely satisfactorily explained vandalism at Orvington Money Changers, and break in with a guy in custody, Penny and Sphinx Trust. Those are our 2 loose ends.
Correct.
Did we have a guy in custody? Oh, they had the goblin or whatever.
Yeah, the
They have that other. And then we have all the tertiary. We have that list of tertiary sources.
Galeal's Tannery is the next one.
Lil's Talony, Shandash's Cheap Loans, Smuggler's Lair.
I think we should just go to the tannery next, unless one of these are real close to this bank where we are.
All right, let me read it. Gilil's Tannery. This file includes a vandalism report from a tradesperson named Gilil Nalin, who is building a float for the Radiant Parade. Someone named Elzimara allegedly broke into Glil's to vandalize the float Glil was storing there, nearly burning down the entire building. This paperwork has the words "waste of time" written in the bottom in Lavaris's crisp handwriting. So follow up with Galil Tannery or Shadrakar's Cheap Loans at the Smuggler's Lair, or go and talk to the goblin in custody related to Penny Sphinx Trust.
I thought we were going to go down the list to start.
I like it. Yeah.
Tannery.
Tannery.
Okay,
What time
give
is
me a
it?
Second.
What time is it in game? Where are we in the day?
Afternoon.
Nice. Let's do it all in a day. Let's push.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna double step.
Basil's going to start conspicuously standing 60 to 80 feet away from the party now.
And nice. Use that bow.
Nice.
I have a crossbow. We could form a firing
Though,
line.
just for bulk purposes, I'm going to dump 20 arrows in our bag of holding, because I don't want to carry 40 arrows on me.
You could be in a massive firefight. You never know.
That point, I'll switch to spells. Too close for missiles, switching to guns.
I think I need to use my crossbow more often, actually.
Highway to the Basil Zone.
Which one are you going to? The tannery?
Yeah, we're just going straight down the list for now.
Okay. You head over to the tannery as detailed in Olo's report. And as you head over, you immediately see a domestic dispute in front of you. It seems that there is a male elf, a female human, arguing loudly with a male human standing between them. What do you do?
What's all this then? I go up and I try to diplomatize the situation. Introduce myself. I'm Officer Law. Hold on, you're causing public discussions. What's the problem here?
So the people arguing look over to you, Gomez, and they apologize profusely for causing so much commotion. And they're yelling and screaming at each other. And the elf, the male elf Tanner, goes on to explain. He says, well, I'm Gillen. And are you here about the parade float that set fire to my tannery?
Yes. Gomez.
So yes, we're here for Edgewatch. We're here to investigate that issue. And who are you? And I try to get everybody's names. Like, start off, I'm running a show here, and I try to establish control of the situation, and get everybody's name.
Well, I'm Gillen, and this woman here is Esmeralda, and this is my ex-wife, and I'm
All right, this
convinced-
this woman can speak for herself, and it's like, excuse me, ma'am, what is your name?
I'm Esmeralda, and yes, Gillen is my ex-husband, but I didn't set fire to his tannery.
All right,
okay?
well, that is yet to be determined. All right, who are you, sir? And who's the other guy?
I'm Yez, and I'm the husband of Gillen. He and I are together now. Gillen divorced Esmeralda, and she burned down the float as revenge because he dumped her, and now we're together.
It's a love triangle. Classic love triangle situation.
And with that, Gillen says, you know, Esmeralda, you know you have a temper on you. You know this is something you would do. You didn't have to burn down the float and set fire to my business. You know, I see you passing by here all the time. I know you're upset. Then Yez and I are together, but you didn't have to do this. I'm telling you right now. You didn't have to burn down my place. I'm telling you.
All right, so I talked to my party. I talked to my fellow officers, and my suggestion is we should do what cops do and split them up, get all of their stories individually, compare notes on what each person's version is, and then proceed from there. Like, what matches, what doesn't match, and try to dope out what happened.
And Yez appears to be trying to defuse the situation. He's like in between them and saying, he's like, look, I don't think you did it, but Gillen knows you better.
I think that's a good
that you
plan.
did it.
And honestly, we just have to talk to Esmeralda. That's the person we need to split off. I think we should take her to the side, course, Dougie's going to sit there with this book. He's not even going to be actually interviewing people. He's so uncharismatic. If he has a voice in this, and he has a terrible read of the room, he would say that's probably a good idea, just to split her apart from these guys.
Right. So my proposal is I'm going to be like, okay, well, we're going to take your statements individually, and then I'll take Esmeralda off, and me and whoever else wants to come with, we interview Esmeralda. The other guys.
Well, we already did this. We already gave statements. No. We gave the original report. Go down to the station.
Excuse me, sir.
No. Did you have the original report?
Sir, who is the Edgewatch here? Sir, who is the Edgewatch here?
No, yeah, but we did it.
We are in charge of this investigation.
No, you're not part of this. You're not.
If you continue to get upset, we could have this. We could have this here, or we could have it down to the station. Which
okay, let's go to the station. We already gave a report.
All right. We're going to the station. You two go. With this person.
No, they're
you go to this
refusing.
person.
They're like, we didn't do anything. We're not going to the station. You can bring Gillen. And they're like refusing. Like, we have nothing to do with this. They're refusing. They're like, and you don't have any jurisdiction.
Is getting into flanking
position.
Position has been acquired.
Right. So now I got cop on him, and I got to pull rank. Like you can't have the people on the scene trying to run the show and disputing your authority if you're a police officer. You can't do it.
Yeah,
the next thing that happens is somebody runs off and somebody does something. So
no, you're right. But the badge is telling you that if a police report, you can try to talk to them, but there is a report already filed.
The report says waste of time, though.
It's not about. Well, what does the badge say about this? Because it's actually not about whether or not there's a police report. It's about who's running who is in charge right now. And if you're trying to do things that are extra, then not you. Well,
then you're breaking the law.
Well, then you tell me, badge.
Well, if the badge doesn't want us to get involved, then we shouldn't get involved.
No, you get involved. They want you don't have to get involved at all. In fact,
I know, because it's a little bit of an intersection between real life how police officers work and movie how police officers work, and what is going on in Absalom how police officers work. Because I know in real life, police officers, they're very much about controlling the situation. They're in charge. Like somebody else talking to them, that's immediately a problem that has to get dealt with. If somebody's raising their voice, that's an issue.
It's a little different here,
right? And so whatever that difference is, I want to role play it correctly.
Well, the thing is,
this
is not our zone of jurisdiction, though. They're right. This is not.
Is that true?
Yeah, the token guard. We're just sort of freelancing it over here a little
Technically, yes.
We're investigative.
Some of the other places we were sort of invited because they wanted additional help beyond the token guard, but technically the token guard is the official law enforcement here.
Yeah.
So this domestic disturbance, this situation of disturbing the peace that we encountered, do we let the token guard handle it, or do we have jurisdiction to handle this misdemeanor of disturbing the peace that we are presented with?
Yeah, is this is the paperwork on a previous incident, or is this a new thing that's coming up?
The paperwork is there was a fire here. Gillian is convinced that Esmeralda, his ex-wife, set the place on fire. Yezin, Gillian's husband, is trying to play peacemaker and actually does not believe that she set the fire.
Oh, let's investigate the fire. Let's do that.
And he goes, "Oh, you want to investigate? Yeah. Let's go in. Come on, I'll bring you in. I'll invite you in. Here, maybe you can do a better job investigating this place."
Because we are talking about the token guard, and we can't see in there, by the way. There we are.
I would say it's a little odd that the guy is so insistent, even when his new spouse wants to let the issue go, that he's so insistent on getting, proven.
Oh my god, is that surprising? Is that really surprising? Anybody that has been in romantic relationships in life knows how unsurprising it is that people will absolutely think that somebody is in the wrong, even if their current boyfriend wants to be peacemaker. That
I suppose
100% happens.
Well, why do we care so much about this, though? What does it have to do with the bank robbery?
Well, because that's an unknown. That's a question mark.
You walk into the tannery, and in here you see that there is a burnt wreckage of a parade float that litters the large open area of the tannery. So you can see that, and Gillian goes on to explain, it's like, yes, I was hired to build this float, and then somebody set it on fire, destroyed it. I lost all the money. It destroyed my reputation, and I know she was really angry with me after the divorce. So who else is
Who
gonna
hired
do
you,
this?
sir? Who hired you to build this float?
Oh, actually, I was hired by the Church of Aridin. I was going to have this amazing float of where Aridin was rising the Starstone out of the ocean. It was going to be beautiful.
Maybe there's a faction that doesn't want to see that in the city. How does this tie up to a bank robbery? Let's like, how did we get this in the?
I don't know. I mean, like the way what I see in front of me is that's a question mark. It's like there's a lot of information that we don't have that we need to ask questions and dig up the dirt, and then underneath the dirt things will be revealed.
That's
and then
odd. Basil notices something. Basil's looking around and notices that key components of the float are missing, not destroyed.
Because before you had even said that, I was thinking, could they maybe need a float to not appear in the parade so they can replace it with their float, whoever the robbers are? I mean, it's a little like 80s crime movie or whatever, but I had kind of already been thinking that even before Steve said that.
But what's missing?
Missing?
Do I get a sense of what's missing?
Well, if you notice that the float seems to have pieces taken out, almost as if the fire was used to cover this.
I am actually trained in crafting, so I will try crafting.
Woo!
Let's see, crafting.
Nat 20.
Natural 20, 33.
For a 33. I'm having a good night with the rolls tonight.
You notice that there's specific key components of the float were very carefully removed from the float, and then it looks like it was set on fire. Someone literally was stealing components and then set it on fire. This is not a random arson that you are led to believe.
I'll actually ask Gillen to come over.
Yes.
Gillen, your float seems to be missing the 7th Fetzer valve.
Huh.
So, I don't know if you noticed that. Do you think Esmeralda... I know you don't think Esmeralda is angry at you, but would she have any reason to take that?
That's strange. Looks like, and he's like looking down at it. He goes,
and the flux capacitor is also gone?
Yeah, you're right. Looks like somebody cut out the apparatus I use to make it look like Aridin was raising the Starstone out of the ocean. But why would someone want to steal a part like that from my float? There's no award or prize for it.
Describe the function of that apparatus and what
did this part? Could you give us a little more detail about this part does?
It just raises up the Starstone up really high, about 50 feet up in the air. I mean, it can, it was a very large and heavy contraption, so it can lift something really high up into the air, about 50 feet, maybe
high enough for the roof of a bank,
like a safe.
Yeah, it probably. Yeah, definitely. It was built really strong, so it can handle people on the float, on the Starstone, and the Starstone itself. I mean, that's all it really does. It just goes up and down, but it's really well built.
So, in modern parlance, it was a big crane.
But is it a big crane? How does it function? Is it something that's portable, or is it something that's obvious?
Oh no, this is pretty big. I mean, it's like, it was a couple 100 pounds, and it was actually a large piece of mechanical engineering. It's actually not even magical. And it's almost like a hoist on a sail, but instead it brings up a platform up and down. That's all it does.
It's all coming together.
So they stole a forklift?
Yes.
Okay, so that is piece A to the puzzle. Okay.
Did you have anybody else that you shared your designs with that might know about this?
Ooh, good question. Dougie is applauding right now. He's so happy that...
Well, a lot of people know anyone who's involved with the Radiant Parade. We always had to submit our floats and submit schematics, there's hundreds of people who would know about this. I'd imagine, maybe even thousands.
Any of them come around in the days before the fire?
No, nothing. Usually they do a final inspection, making sure everything's safe. That's going to be done. That would have been done today or tomorrow. I mean, the parade's in a few days, but they're not doing that now because obviously this is destroyed.
Well, can we at least agree that your ex-wife maybe had nothing to do with this? I don't know if it was sabotaged by someone else who didn't like your float, or someone who doesn't like Aerodin.
Well, who knows? Maybe she hired someone to do this. Maybe this is a cover-up. Maybe she just made it look like something else was going on and she just secretly burned this place down. I don't know. And Yaz is like, come on, Gillian. This is ridiculous. Look at this. You really think, how the heck did she carry this out of here? This thing weighs hundreds of pounds. There's no way she was able to do that. Gillian's like, I don't know. Then why'd they set it on fire? Why'd they smash down my back door over there? What's going on here?
Actually, can we go look around outside for... it's probably on a busy street. It's probably not worth much, but we'll see if we can find heavier than usual tire tracks.
Sure.
Let's see this broken back door that he's talking about, how they carried it out.
Yeah, over here. And he brings you over, and the back door is barely held together. And you can tell that it was smashed. And it's held together with twine.
Let's see. Can I make a thieving check?
Perception. Or thievery. Actually, thievery.
Because this would be a thief, I think.
Either one.
Because they're thieving.
Either one.
I'm going to use my ways.
Dougie isn't smart enough to figure this out,
Jeez.
but Basil
3.
is.
I'm using my
No,
all
don't
right.
use your hero point. There's no point. Basil figured it out.
Dang it!
Basil sees that this door was smashed open with exceptional force. Someone with brute-like strength just kicked this door in.
Or perhaps a bolt of lifting?
Yeah.
No, it looked like someone literally punched this door in with a fist or a maul.
With low man
Sir,
kind of strength.
Did you ever know your ex? I mean, I don't really care about the domestic situation anymore. I think this is what we're here for. But still, Gillen, did you ever know your ex-wife to have ogre strength? Because look at this door. This isn't something she could do.
Who knows? Maybe she hired some goons to take care of this. She's a smart person. She's a doctor. She knows what she's doing. I'm still not convinced. Dougie, you do notice something, though. You do notice around the door frame, you notice smudges of fresh paint that look completely off all around the door frame.
It is obvious to me that this paint doesn't match the rest of the building. He's going to look closer. What? Let's see. He's going to look closer and he's going to wonder why... what were they trying to do?
Crafting check.
Crafting? And he's trained in crafting.
Okay,
You best
Dougie.
believe it.
All right, let's see if Dougie can redeem himself.
18.
18. Maybe with a little bit of help with Basil, he can figure it out.
Did you guys ever see the movie Without a Clue?
Yes.
It was Michael Caine
Great
and Ben
movie.
Kingsley.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
I'm getting a little bit of Without a Clue vibes from this. All right, I'll try a
Sleuth.
perception on the pen.
No crafting check.
I'm sorry, crafting.
Paint rhymes
He
with
sees, but he does not
saint.
observe.
I declare this case closed.
Dougie and Basil confer with each other, looking at the paint, rubbing it between their fingers. And
Basil breaks out the pipe for this.
Yes, he breaks out the pipe. This appears to be grease paint, typically worn by clowns in the circus.
Crossover episode. It's happening.
Well.
Well.
Those damn carnies.
We'd like to put out an APB for one Darius Varus.
Yes, very suspicious.
All right, so.
Now, I think the APB is for
Jellicoe.
Jellicoe.
No, stop.
Jellicoe.
Jeez.
What? You don't want Jellicoe to come to the circus? Crossover.
Yeah, I'm also going to check the road and the mud outside the door and see if there are, like, wagon tracks or anything that could be followed.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check. 14 ain't very good.
First shitty roll of the night. All right.
Dougie looks around. He walks around the tannery, and unfortunately, there is a ton of muddy footprints left by those who helped to contain the fire, as well as tracks that are probably from the firefighters. So any large tracks or anything left by the people who broke in has been obscured by the fire and those who fought it.
Right. All right. Maybe one of those firefighters was dressed as a clown.
It's an interesting theory, Dougie.
It is the Joker. We're after the Joker.
Yeah. All right. I am satisfied here.
Well, I'm not. I mean, maybe she hired some clowns to break in and steal this piece and
Can I
set
just try
the place on fire.
Can I try a diplomacy check to just try to
Yes.
just convince him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm leaving that for you, Gomez.
Let me find my character here. Hold on.
The master schmoozer of the party. I tried cold logic on him, but he wasn't having it.
There.
20. I'm still not convinced. I mean, she's pretty smart. These can all be a ruse, I'm telling you. All be a ruse.
Well, can I try again with the angle of just like, well, you could proffer charges, and then I use my legal lore to give him the whole process of what a pain in the ass that is, and make him not want to do it.
Okay. There we go, 27. And he looks at you and looks at Yez, and he's like, oh, fine. Guess she didn't do it. Even I think it's a little far-fetched. But who would want to do this? Why I went through all this trouble? Why did they set my place on fire? What is the point of this? Tell me that, Mr. Gomez.
Well, that is the next subject of our investigation, and we must leave presently. This can be connected to a completely unrelated crime, and we have to follow that up. But we're not at liberty to divulge any further information. Good day, sir.
But we are going to pursue this. We are. This is something we're going to pursue.
Yes, you've given us a valuable lead, good citizen. Thank you.
And Dougie leaves.
Esmeralda says, see, I told you I didn't do it. I'm leaving.
Okay.
That's a happy ending.
Be
she
good.
leaves on her
And
own.
if we find your
power.
contraption, we'll see if we can have it returned to you.
This is good though, because now when we go to Shindrax's cheap loans, we can specifically ask about this big crane, the forklift. That's our next stop. Seems like.
Okay.
Here, I'll read the thing.
Okay.
Shindraja has cheap loans. Although the Hobgoblin Shindraja's business isn't a bank, and thus remains unlikely to be target of the heist, Shindraxa knows so much about crime and banking in and around the Coins District that she's likely a useful resource. Shindraxa's file is as thick as any Albadarian holy text, as thick as an Albadarian holy text, and contains as many complaints against the moneylender as from her. Shindraxa is currently under investigation for running an unpermitted business in the puddles. She's made requests to several of Absalom's law enforcement agencies offering information on a criminal enterprise operating in the city in exchange for clemency and have her business permit reinstated.
Okay. It's the same map, believe it or not. So right here. You head over to Kondrax's Cheap Loans. The building that stands at the address listed in the file is a ramshackle 2-story wooden structure, seemingly held in place by the sturdier establishments built on either side of it. It has a heavy iron-studded door and steel swords cruelly welded to the window frames to serve as protective bars. The door bears no handle, only a large brass knocker just below a sliding panel that opens from the inside. What do you do?
Do I happen to know Shidrandra from my previous life as a street thug in Absalom?
Interesting. I will give you... Let's say that's society. You're an expert. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm going to say
Awesome.
you do know her. She is a hobgoblin that she is actually very well known as a loan shark, a bookie. Someone if you need some money, she'll lend it to you at very reasonable rates, shall we say. The VIG is horrible. They're not reasonable at all. In fact, they're terrible rates. And she's also someone you don't want to mess with.
Okay, so as a joke to introduce us, because I know her, I give her the OG, the old school secret knock from way back when that indicated that the cops are coming around the corner. I do that as a knock for her to answer the door for us to come in.
Okay, you do the little knock, and after a few moments, the knock at the door is answered with a pupilless eye looking out from the little sliding panel.
All right, and so I introduce you might not recognize me, and I introduce her by the nickname that she had for me from back then.
She looks at you, says,
Oh, yes, of course. Gomez, I remember you. Quick, come in.
and then you hear like a dozen deadbolts like clicking as she's hastily opening up the door.
Right, so we go in.
Was your nickname Snips back in the day?
It might have been.
As she opens up the door wide open, she says,
Oh, of course, respectable members of the constabulary, such as yourselves, should have spoken up sooner. Come in. Let's have a nice chat and see if we can work matters out to everyone's satisfaction, eh?
She grins, revealing a large silver tooth.
So these guys are all right. We're on the clock. We're on a schedule. So let's get down to business. And,
We're good fellas.
Yeah. And so I engage her in a conversation, and I try to diplomatize her. And the deal that I want to offer is we'll give whatever assistance we could in tidying up her permit issues in exchange for information about the possibility of a bank heist coming up. And we have specific questions about specific things.
So Dougie, Basil, and Lomang are looking around, and you can see that the interior of her shop is as dingy and brutally functional as the outside. And in addition, you see a counter at the back of the room that bears hand-drawn placard declaring today's rates with a list of numbers and calculations that are boldly extraordinary. And those with learned sense, like Basil, knows, damn, those are not good rates.
Who doesn't want 74%?
A week.
Chandrax gives Gomez a big old toothy smile and says,
This is going to work out excellent. I just want two things. First, I want my record cleared in the puddles so I can go there without being arrested. And I want an approved business permit for the puddles so I can practice there again without getting into trouble with the law. That is what I need. Those two things.
That's great. What we need is a good collar on these bank robbers that are going to try to rob a bank. So if we get what we want, we might be able to get you what you want.
Upcoming bank heist, you say? Well. I'm unwilling to give you everything until my demands are met. But I like you, Gomez. I'll give you a little bit of information in good faith. How's that?
That sounds great. And also, we have a specific question because this one is a poser. We have some clues and things that we want to go over with you.
Yeah.
And I try to butter her up because you have a clever mind. If there's anybody, you being in the loan business for so long, if there's anybody who knows what it takes to do a heist of this scale, it would be you.
Oh, they know what they're doing. Trust me. But as I said before, I suggest you tell Ziandra to look into Person Drowan in the puddles, as he's a well-connected criminal.
She even then adds,
You ought to take a look at that globe in his office if you get a chance. Really interesting geography, if you catch my drift.
Wait, in whose office?
Drowan? Drowan in the puddles. Is he So he's a crime guy in the puddles that would know who's robbing the place, or are we saying that he is robbing the place?
She looks at you and just puts her finger on the nose and she goes, exactly.
Dougie is going to try to mimic this as if he were wise, and he's going to make a diplomacy check. He rolls a
natural one. You try to
Man, just pick his nose.
You try to put your finger in your nose. You instead pick it.
Jeez.
You fall over and hit your face on the floor. And she just looks at Gomez and gives you a sideways glance as to why are you with this guy.
Dougie, not realizing he's rolled poorly, is satisfied that he's done his job.
So Ziandra, you actually know. Ziandra is actually in charge of permits in the puddles. Ziandra is the one who can clear her record, and she's the one who you have to talk to.
Is that also for the permit as well?
Yeah, it's for the permit as well.
So she said Drowan? Is that a name you said? Or
Person Drowan in the puddles.
Person Drowan. So that's not Xandra. Who's Xandra?
She's
the permit lady.
Yeah, she's the permit lady in the puddles. She actually works for the officers in the puddles.
Okay, so Drowan is the bad guy. Xandra is the person who can make things right.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd like to ask Sajendra about the forklift.
Oh, a contraption like that was stolen, eh? Makes sense. Well, you get me those permits, I'll tell you everything I know.
Oh, let's get her permit. She's a cop is only as good as their CI. So let's just let's get her.
And
permits.
it's can I try a diplomacy check to get her to give us the information first on the promise that we'll go to the permits if
she already gave you 1 and 2.
So no.
Information.
So no.
Go right ahead.
I
you can keep
roll.
going. I gave you extras because you know her. She's actually already given you a lot of extra stuff. But keep going. You can keep going. See how far you can push her. 17's not great. You know me, Gomez. I will cover you. You get me back there, I'm going to sing like a canary. I'll tell you everything you need to know. And next thing is, you're going to be in the paper again, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we got to talk to the permit lady? You get the permit? Is that what we got to do now?
That would be that'd be the next line of inquiry is get the permit and also ask about this person Drowan, because there's a globe in his office, which is interesting.
Yeah, actually, Ziandra she's the headquarters of the Muckrakers, and you need to visit Stilt House, and you actually know of her. She's a female human investigator.
And we like following up this lead as opposed to going to the smuggler's lair, seeing what they have, and then picking.
She looks at you and says, yeah, you should probably talk to Zira first.
Yeah, let's do one thing at a time.
Yeah, this seems concrete enough that maybe we should push this one a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, this is let's do one thing at a time because there's already so many NPCs to follow.
Oh wait, before you go, any of you need a loan? I got very reasonable rates for coppers such as yourself. I'll give you half off. So instead of 76%, I'll give you 40%.
Wow.
That's a good deal.
How much is it? Is 40% per week or?
Yeah, per week. Reasonable rates.
Honestly, that actually might be a good deal considering how fast we're raising in our level. We could actually buy some really good stuff right now.
I don't think I would want to get. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way too high.
I guess there's nothing I want right now. Actually, I want to solve this crime right now. Let's go. Let's go, Crime Stoppers. Going outside and no one's following.
So we go, right?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go visit
She sees you
Ziandra.
off. She opens up the doors. She says, you get me that permit? You let me back into the puddles? I'll tell you everything you need. Good luck, kiddies.
We'll be back.
In the puddles.
Whew. A lot going on in this one.
I think of puppies whenever somebody says the puddles.
Okay. You go over to the Stilt House, the headquarters of the Muckrakers, to meet with Ziandra al-Sharati. I imagine you walk in, introduce yourselves.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, all that proper formality. Like this is a permit officer, right? This is an agent of the government, correct?
Yeah, she's an agent of the. She's actually both permit officer / muckraker / cops. She does it all. Like this
Okay,
area,
she'll
the
understand.
puddles is. You remember the puddles is like kind of a slum because it's always getting flooded all the time, so it's a bit lawless in the puddles. So they sort of do a little bit of everything.
So I rely on my society skill to apply the correct interdepartmental etiquette. And we introduce ourselves.
She looks at you
Right?
with an enormous smile and she says, you're here to help me out? That's the best news I've heard all day.
All right, so let's cut right to it. So we lay it out. It's like, and I put this in diplomatic terms, and I'm applying diplomacy. And we got to get information out of the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin needs permits for us to get that. What do you need?
Well, come over here. And she brings you over to her desk. It says, look, you're just in time. I already spoke to your sergeant, and he's already cleared me to requisition you for some work. If you made it down this way, I guess he presumed you were going to be following up on some leads? You spoke to Chandra, I presume?
That's right.
Good. Yes, Sergeant Olo, he seemed to be a couple of steps ahead of you. Let me quickly describe to you the task. So, I've been working on locating this gang of smugglers run by this man named Pearson Doran. Doran operates out of a dockside sweatshop, making low-quality textiles. And during the day, laborers engage in back-breaking work for a pittance, while at night the building is occupied by Doran's thugs. I had a hard time cracking the laborers to get this information because they're afraid of Kespi. That's Dorian's cruel bugbear overseer. The sweatshop occupies a building that was once a well-built import office, so it has really thick walls to provide for a solid defense that I don't think I can do by myself. So this is my plan. I want to conduct a night raid on the sweatshop and round up 80 smugglers in the building. Dorian is really well connected and knowledgeable about other criminal enterprises in Absalom, so taking him alive is a top priority. Got it? Gotta take him alive. I haven't had the opportunity to examine the building closely, as, Dorian's toughs loiter outside at all times. But I do know there's a front door, and there's a very large side door that lead into the building. I also know that there's a narrow alley besides the building, and in the back, there's docks that are obviously lead to the ocean. So, the muckrakers aren't really a formal police force like yourselves. We just sort of take care of the puddles in a semi-unofficial capacity, although everyone recognizes us. The city of Absalom doesn't really recognize us, but all the other police forces in the city recognize us. So, I'm going to bring myself and a couple of my well-muscled friends to hang back, and we're going to take any stragglers and guard all the building, but I need you to take point and go inside. How's that sound?
And you said there's 80 smugglers inside you want arrested?
No, I never said that.
Oh.
I said there's smugglers inside.
Oh, I thought...
Crazy 88.
No.
Oh.
Can I take a quick sidebar moment, just because things are getting convoluted and there's a lot of threads in the plot right now. So just to go over the plot, so we're all clear what's going on. Can I just take a minute?
Yes.
All right. So just kind of like almost OOC. So if I got this straight, Shadraxa led us directly to the last item on our list, Smuggler's Lair, who is Ziara al-Shirati, the Puddles volunteer militia member, who also happens to be the permit officer that Shadraxa needs for the permit to get their work. And so we get Shadraxa sent us to Zerati in the Smuggler's Lair to get the permits. Zerati will get the permits if we do a dungeon crawl for her. And then after we do the dungeon crawl, we'll get whatever information from the smugglers. And then also we'll get the permits that we then take to Tradraxa, and we'll get the rest of the information from Tradraxa, and then that ties up all that. That's what I'm hearing. Does that sound right?
Circle gets a square. You got it right. First try.
So this is the 6th item on the list.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
Like Tradraxa is like item number 5 to let us directly to item number 6.
Right. Okay, that's great. I love.
We
the
may get
dungeon
more
crawl.
information from Draxa once we do this.
Right. And so then, and then
Sure.
after all of this is tied up, with hopefully maybe some enlightenment about the forklift from Gil's Tannery, this entire second bundle should be tied up, leaving only back at the beginning the goblin in the holding tank from the break-in in part 2, and then hopefully we'll have enough information to make some final determinations. That's how I see this going. Does that sound right?
And the vandalism at the first bank too. We don't have
right.
that locked down yet either. But yeah, that's roughly where we're headed.
All right, so I hear dungeon crawl. That's what I hear.
I hear smugglers. Let's do some good.
Yes, let's do some copying.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's late afternoon, so we're ready to go tonight if you're ready too.
Oh, we're ready.
Oh, we're ready.
We're ready.
Carry a badge. Now carry a gun.
We're ready for a daytime raid, is what I'm thinking.
I'm down a couple of slots, but I don't care. I'm ready.
Do we have 8 hours?
It's the Chicago way.
That's not how it works. You can't rest up till tomorrow.
They bring a knife.
It's
They bring
8
a
every
gun. 24
hours. So
Okay.
you
yeah,
get
I'm
what
ready.
you got.
I'm
All right.
down a couple slots. I don't care. Let's go.
She's like, excellent. We're gonna teach those smugglers a thing or two. Okay, everyone get everything you need ready, and we'll meet you a few blocks outside of the smuggler's lair.
What are they smuggling? Do we know? Is it narcotics?
We're not sure. That's why I'm trying to break
It's
in.
the yayo.
It's
Yeah.
the yayo.
It's the yayo.
Yeah, the yeah.
It's the skiva.
It's the skiva.
Now remember,
It's the Black
there's,
Lotus.
There's Doran. He's the man. We gotta take him alive if possible.
Oh, well,
And
we're good at that.
they're his cruel bugbear overseer and bodyguard, Kepsi. Gotta watch out for him.
And the 80 other smugglers. Right, Dougie?
Yes, and the 88 other smugglers. Don't worry about them too.
Well,
And the 40 thieves.
And the 40 thieves. Yes.
And Alibaba.
And the crazy 88s.
Right.
Wow, this is gonna be some crazy smuggling ring. I tell you. All right, you get ready. Have a big hearty dinner. And then prepare for battle.
is
as
this
we're going to war tonight?
rolls of engagement are weapons free?
Nothing's free and hot.
Yes. Okay.
You do damage that won't kill automatically, so you don't have to worry too much
Right.
about that.
Okay. ROI weapons free.
But you never know. I mean, you might get a little overzealous and decide to throw someone. Now, there is things like, for example, if you take someone and throw them in a pit of fire or a pit of acid or into, I don't know, a giant ooze,
Ochre jelly.
they die. There's no undoing that. So keep that in mind. Environmental hazards, do not allow them to survive that. So keep that in mind. Although you do non-lethal damage, other things don't. Be very
Right.
much aware of that.
Okie dokie.
So,
We're
and that
going in-
actually
Call that
will
collateral damage.
that will come into play more often as we go through this. It hasn't really so far, but it's going to get a little trickier for you to bring people in alive eventually. Even last time you weren't able to, if you remember, because you shoved him into the ochre jelly and he dissolved.
No regrets.
Who did that? I don't
That seems
remember
like
who did that.
100 years ago.
Who did that? Who did that? Who did
Who
the
did
pushing?
that? I think that was Lomang. Or was it Gomez? I don't remember.
You know what?
I think
it was.
Lomang pushed him, and then I stomped on his fingers
I think
to
it
get
was
the last.
Basil did a bull rush or a push or something.
No,
against someone over.
it was Lomang who
I was
did the
actually
bull
joking.
rush,
I thought it was
but he
Doug.
caught the edge. And
I
then
forget who did that.
Actually, I
Well-
was joking. Someone did a bull rush, and then someone, and then he caught
He
the
caught
edge.
the edge, and then I stabbed him with my sword cane, which is what.
Yeah, see, I just wanted him on the edge, but you went way overboard and stuff.
Well, then he did the Alan Rickman and made him die hard down into the ochre jelly, and he dissolved.
I didn't
So-
want to risk it. I didn't want to. I mean, we were already pretty beat up.
He
and
was
low on
kicking your ass. He was
That's another way to put it. He was
He
kicking
was-
our ass.
he was kicking your ass from
here to eternity. It was destroying you guys, but
Yeah.
you're fine. Now you're level 5. You just took out a Zill in 9 seconds. That thing had 100 hit points and 24 AC, and it was like nothing to you. That actually was kind of impressive.
Let's wait till nightfall. Let's hit this
Okay.
place.
You wait
Hit
till
it.
nightfall.
Hit it again.
All right. You have a big old hearty dinner before you head on over to the smuggler's lair. You're
Gonna eat
head
red
over
meat.
to the side, and Ziara's there. She's like, okay, here's the deal. And you're looking at the smuggler's lair, and sure enough, it's near the docks. The water is about 150 feet to the north of you. There's obviously a very strong wall. She goes on to explain. She says, yeah, up to the north, about 100 feet up there, you can see there's doors there. And in the front, you can see that it's got a couple of people always nearby. There's always someone out on the front. They're always loading or unloading. So what we're going to do is myself and the boys, we're going to stick around the perimeter and make sure that anyone who escapes, we're going to capture and arrest. So you have to go in. And do you have any questions?
A direct frontal attack.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Is this a stand-up fight or a bug hunt?
Yeah. How's this for my strategy? I look like I have my uniform on, and if I am of a weapon equipped, they may not see, like they may not react, and if I walk past, I might just be able to whop them one, just free. So I like that idea, and if you guys like sneak behind like those barrels maybe, and maybe get some...
What would be the role to detect a face turn double cross, where she's actually using this to do her dirty work?
Perception. Everything's perception.
Do I have a bad feeling about this jump?
No, you do not. Because
Okay, let's
she's
go.
been around forever, and she's been like in the Buckrakers, and
She's a good fella.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a significant double cross because, I mean, she literally got official paperwork from your sergeant to use you in this takedown because you're in a different jurisdiction. So this would have to be an incredibly sophisticated double cross.
I mean, we're not going to sneak up on them because
Yep.
of mastiffs. Okay, that's right out. I can be a distraction. I think I...
You know the meme of the FBI agents busting in on the people looking at porn on TV? Like, do you know that meme? Like,
Yes.
we
No,
bust in like the cops.
All
FBI, open up! Boom!
So in the front, you see
Send in the car.
You see a large stone building that seems to be poorly maintained, though some casual effort has been made to whitewash over the salt streaks along the outer walls. Despite the structural state of disrepair, the front door is relatively expensive-looking piece of polished oak bound with bronze bars and fittings. You also see 3 ruffians that are loading goods onto a cart, and you see another ruffian that is holding the leash of 2 large mastiffs. All 6 of these people, 2 dogs and 4 ruffians, are in front of the large double doors leading into this place. It is dusk, or dark, in fact, not even dusk, dark.
Do they have any light sources?
Yes, there is basically cheap oil lanterns like burning around, enough that they can see. But this whole area is it's well lit enough.
We should use Rampart Absalom style, where I bust out a scroll of hydraulic push, and we use a hydraulic push to batter down the door, like a cop using a battering ram.
Well, we got to kill with these guys first. I like that idea, unless you guys want to go around back.
Is the door closed?
Oh yeah, the door's closed, and the ruffian holding the leashes of the 2 dogs are snarling.
And what is this building supposed to be? Just a warehouse?
It's a warehouse. Yep, it's a warehouse.
And so, like,
It's
they're
a
not really.
sweatshop.
We're not really seeing them committing any act of crime, but we're told to raid them anyway. So, all right.
We
Correct.
got PC. All right.
You have- you have-
Somebody else got the warrant.
You have the
we're
warrants.
executing
You have
Yeah.
the warrants.
We
You
got
have- you have
PC,
you have
we
the
got
proper,
everything.
Well, we
the
could just
proper
come up and
stuff.
identify ourselves and give them a chance to surrender.
Yeah, like the feds.
Right.
All right.
Federal police officers, we have a warrant. Boom! And then we immediately go in with guns pointed.
Well, first of all, we're not going in. We're attacking these guys out front, right?
Right. Roll for
Okay.
combat. I'm
Okay.
there.
All right. I was just making sure.
Talking metaphorically. I want to cast spells willy-nilly and blow off my heels. Like I want Fleet Step. I want to summon an elemental. I want to have a flaming sphere rolling around. Say, can I actually have cast a scroll in preparation for this on our way up? It's like a 1 hour duration spell.
Yeah, what is it?
Longstrider, give me some extra move. You gain
Yes.
plus 10 move status bonus to your speed.
Everyone gets it?
Nah, just me.
Well,
But that's good. Now we're moving at 35 rather than whatever, so I can keep up and have a little bit more maneuverability.
So, situation. A man holding a leash with two very nasty, snarling dogs. Two men loading items onto a cart with a third bringing items back and forth.
Do you guys like the idea of me being a distraction while you like sneak around behind them?
I like the idea of shooting them with crossbows and arrows.
All right. We can put that new bow to use. If Basil
I'm all right
likes
with that.
it. All right. Make them come to us.
I mean, we should do the walk up and announce ourselves and say you're all being detained. We're doing an investigation.
I agree. We bust in. You're all under arrest. Up against the wall.
All right. Sure.
Cop show. We're on a cop show.
Okay. So we're meeting them. There's no crossbows in this stuff, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right, yeah,
okay.
we're not snipers.
Okay,
We're
all right,
police
yeah.
officers.
All right. So can I do crane stance and then run up?
No.
We roll for combat.
You have to do what you cannot do it before you go into combat.
For initiative?
You're not allowed. Nope.
We are going to roll for combat.
You tell me how.
We're going to roll for combat.
Okay, well, I'm trying to put in. That's correct because it's +1. So it would be let's see, it's 1d8 plus nothing, and then crit would be
Add a d10.
I have that in there too automatically. So all right, give me a second. Roll for programming. Almost done. Okay, you got a +1 longbow programmed in there. Look at that. Impressive, right? Yes, I'm very impressive. Okay. Are you just rushing them?
And we're yelling, "Get down on the ground! Get down! Get down!"
FBI, get down! Get on the floor! Get down.
Okay. You decide to rush them. 3, 2, 1.
Roll for combat!
Wow. Actually, Dougie gets a +1 to his initiative.
Really?
He has incredible initiative. 'Cause he
Nice,
is
Dougie.
Incredible.
Isn't it +2?
You
Plus
gave me a
2.
plus-
Yeah.
+2 to your initiative, so
Okay.
you are above everyone.
Yes. That was my
Dougie
feat.
goes first, then Basil,
My level 5
then
feat.
the Mastiffs, then Lomang, then everyone else, and then Gomez. Dougie's running up like a madman. I'm attacking. It's time to pay the piper. Oh, Dougie's up. You guys are way to the west. Are you just charging in?
We are not going to reach them at all, even full run. We're just going to run in and get hit. I want them to come to us.
Why don't you
Right.
let me let me and Lomang pick them off with the bows a little bit first.
Yeah, and also realize that we're not in a normal dungeoneering situation. Like, if these are criminals and we're cops, criminals don't run to the cops to fight them; they run away.
Yeah, the guys with the dogs are going to be running.
I mean, they
to
might.
us.
They
They're
might. They might.
the dogs
break,
are
they, like,
never
they might
gonna
break
run away.
suspension of disbelief and like behave like
No.
normal assailants.
Dogs will always attack. These are attack. Are these? They're attack
Well,
dogs.
hear me
right?
out. What if we shoot the dog or shoot the guy holding the dogs? If the dogs can't triangulate where fire came from, maybe they'll be confused. And they'll just like run away or do something else.
I'm going to delay my action till Loming and Basil.
All right. In that case, I am devise a stratageming, and I'm going to shoot my bow at the guy holding the dogs.
Okay. Guy holding the dogs.
You are about to be shot in the back by the long bow of the law.
Can you devise a stratagem with a bow?
Yeah, ranged attacks are still part of devise a stratagem.
Well, you don't get the extra sneak attack, though, do you? Or maybe you do. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
Let me
You
just
can
double
definitely
check.
calculate the wind conditions and all that stuff. I mean, that's
I'm talking about the rules of the game, not the real
not
world.
not the narrative.
Not the narrative. The rules of the game, whether it allows it. There's a button there, Basil, Jason.
I was checking the rules real quick.
Oh. I don't think it works because it's not a agile weapon, right?
How about we roll and see whether or not it even applies?
Oh, yeah.
it's
It has
not
to
agile.
be... Or no. Agile or finesse melee weapon. Agile or finesse unarmed attack, a ranged weapon. Oh, it has to be agile or
It
finesse.
has to be agile. Yeah, longbow's not agile.
All right, well, in that case, I'll just do a normal attack.
Okay.
Sorry, first time I've ever done it with a ranged weapon.
So you're not devising stratagem because you can't, or can you? You just don't get the sneak attack.
No, I don't think I can, so it's just regular attack.
All right,
Still, nice, 26.
26. Damn, man.
8 max damage. I
You hit
like.
the guy, and he's like, thunk. He gets hit in the back, and he's like, huh? He's like looking around.
It's a
And
mosquito.
I guess I will reload.
Yes.
How does bow work? Is it cost an
reload.
action to reload?
Longbow's 2 actions, I think. Or is it 1?
Really?
Probably look this up. No, longbow is reload 0. So you can
That's
go
what I thought.
again.
Yeah, the ammunition is.
All right, I'm going to try to go again. What the hell? Sorry, I just got this thing today.
Got 3
so-
attacks.
Yeah, you get 3 attacks. Damn, man.
Hit it again.
That's why it's better than a crossbow.
20.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the poor guy again. Damn,
7
man.
damage. Hit it again.
Send in the car.
All right, the last one misses.
Okay, that goes well.
Okay.
Clink.
All right, now Dougie's up.
Wait a minute. All the orders changed.
Yeah,
At
you
least
delayed.
till after the ranged guys. But well, man.
Okay, just you tell me when you want to come back in.
Okay, so but I'm.
I'm leaving you all waiting then. You tell me when you're ready. Okay, the Mastiff goes. The Mastiff starts barking furiously, seeing where that went, and is trying to break free. Nothing happens yet. Lomang, you're up.
Okay. Move down there. And as I'm moving, I say, "This is the Edgewatch. Surrender now. Come peacefully." And I will fire at the same guy.
That's just mean.
It's a bit of a mixed message, but okay.
This is a warning shot.
Well, yeah.
Ugh.
Crit?
Crossbow. You crit the poor guy.
And I'm done.
10 points of damage.
You have one action. You can't reload it.
I had to move. I had to move, load, and fire.
Okay.
Okay, Bigman, the guy who's all the way to the west, is seeing his buddy with the dogs, and he starts saying, "We're under attack! We're under attack!" And he drops this large container that he was loading into the cart. And again, it's kind of hard to see him because he is almost 100 feet away from you, and
hard
he's
to see
behind
us, too.
crates and everything. What's that?
It's hard to see us too.
Oh, I know. So he is ducking down, going around the corner.
I mean, as far as he knows, this is just a magic trick that this guy with the dogs is performing.
Yeah, you think that, Bucky. Rix is the other guy. He's in front of the doors, and he's looking around and seeing like all these arrows sticking out of Mickney, and Rix goes up to the door. He does like a special knock on the door, and then he runs back and hides behind the cart. And then Mickney, who's the one who was just hit by all that crossbow fire, he's like, "Off my dogs! Off! And he lets go of the leash, both of the leashes. And he sees where you all are. And then what he's going to do is he's actually going to run away.
Our odds are
He
improving.
also runs behind the building. Now, let's see. The Mastiffs both go because one was delaying until he could go. That was the one ahead. So the one that was barking and trying to move is now going to charge you both because They are attacking because they're dogs, and that's what they do. So let's see. 35. Charges at Lo Mang, and then tries to bite you. That's all they do. 24
Mm-hmm.
hits you for 3 points of damage. And then the other one runs and tries to bite you too. And 15?
That
Miss.
is a miss.
I know, it's totally
All right,
misses.
this is a time where Dougie can get into the action now. He is
All
going
right,
to.
Doug, you can get into the action.
So Lomang doesn't have a melee weapon.
No, I'm always armed. I'm a monk.
Okay.
He's always armed.
Then I'm
More
going
than
to
most.
move around there. They get there, and I'm going to maul them.
Maul the dog.
Oh no! Oh no! I missed.
You completely miss because the dog looks at you with its puppy eyes, and you realize, I can't hurt this dog. It's so cute.
He's gonna try again, and he can hurt the dog after all.
Oh my god. You managed to bonk the poor dog in the head for 15 points of damage.
It's not a poor dog. It's attacking viciously.
Yeah, it's a vicious
It's a rabid animal.
Yes,
It's not rabbit.
I claim that it's
It's
rabid.
doing its job.
Its job is not to
You
attack
are
the
done.
postman or the police.
Yes.
Gomez, you're up. You see two dogs up to Lomang, and Dougie is flanking one of them, and one of them is very bad.
They just handle the Zill. They can handle a couple of dogs. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, we can handle
All right,
this.
so I am going to run up to the perpetrators, and so it's 20 feet to here,
Careful, Gomez. Careful. Ooh, bite the dog.
That would
and
be a
then
twist.
another 15.
Man bites dog.
Yeah.
Well, Goblin bites dog.
Horrible movie.
One move with my long strider that I'm loving a lot, and then
Oh, that's right. You have
35
Long
feet.
Strider on. Give it a little Long Strider icon.
Second action gets me to there. I'm still not close enough.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't run in.
Like third
Yeah.
action, I'm just going. I'm yelling, surrender in the name of the law.
Surrender in the name of the law.
The cops are here.
Wow, you guys really are far away. That is a
Gomez,
long
what are
way.
you doing?
And that,
He's
and that
ru-
gets
oh,
me.
Gomez. He's running. There's four
Oh,
guys in a
Gomez.
defensive position, and Gomez is like,
That
"Stop."
part of me that encountered the gelatinous cube has taken over my brain.
Wow, I love it.
okay,
Mixing
well,
it up.
the last one to go, the last ruffian, Etcher, who was loading the boxes, sees you like running towards him, and he's laughing. He's like, "Come get us, copper!" Drops the box as a free action.
Oh,
Oh.
is the lawbreaker badge actually made of copper? It should be.
Yeah, definitely.
It should be the bronze.
It's
actually.
copper. Yeah, copper.
The bronze.
He drops the box as a free action, pulls out his club as one action, strides on over to Mr. Gomez as a second action, and then decides to do a snagging strike on you.
Assault of a police officer
Yeah.
will get you a ticket.
He's breaking the law.
20.
20 is what you need.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now also flat-footed because he managed to do this snagging strike. He hits you in such a way that you are off balance and flat-footed.
Oh, Gomez. You're going to come back to the next play session going, why is my character all the way by itself?
Basil's up.
All right, the first thing I'm going to do is cast Electric Arc on the two dogs.
Nice.
Electric arc. Oh no, that's going to do a lot of damage. Okay, dog number 1 does its reflex save. Fails. Dog number 2 does its reflex save. Fails. So they both take 12 points of damage.
Nice. That's a 24-point damage turn. I like that. That's a good turn.
One dog is knocked unconscious because I will never kill a dog. So it's just zapped out. It's like it got hit by a volt. And okay, and the other one is in bad shape. Bad shape. That's 2 actions. You got 1 left.
probably want to start running if.
It looks like it's a little too far away to shoot Etcher, so I'm gonna have to.
You could do it at long range, can't you?
That's
Yeah, you
true.
just get a
It would
minus
add
2.
It would just add a range. So
do
I'm gonna
it.
try to attack the guy who's attacking Gomez. Longbow.
Okay.
Now, does that electric arc count as an attack? Or is that just
Yeah. What does it say? Probably, yeah.
in terms of the multi-attack bonus?
It is not a
Nice.
attack.
So I get -2 for the range of an increment, which I can't put in.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
Still 30.
Nice.
Booyah.
That's a crit. That's 15.
Oh, it's exactly 100 feet away, by the way.
Oh, so there's no
Nice.
range.
There's no
increment
range
problem.
increment. So
Wow.
32. Oh my god. So you get the first time ever. Well, you rolled a 2 on the damage, but you rolled a 9 on the 1d10. So you hit him for 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Wow. I like this.
The bow is becoming my
I
new
like
best friend.
this.
You guys were like, I don't know. Do we really
I-
need the bow?
I
don't
knew
think
he
it's that
should take the
good."
bow. I told you.
Meanwhile, he's done more damage with that bow than you have in the last 2 months of the Swordcade. Lomang, and suddenly he goes, "This bow is Heartseeker."
Oh, nice.
All right, so Lomang says, Dougie, you can handle this dog. Gomez is in trouble.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Basil critted with a deadly weapon.
Yeah,
Oh,
15 points of damage.
The
Oh, okay,
deadly is
all right.
built into the crit.
Okay.
I built it in.
Just making
It's-
sure. Just making
It's
sure.
it was he rolled a 9 and then
Ah.
a 2, and the 2 turns into a 4. There's no extra damage because
Well, man,
yeah.
I'm not coming back to kill the dog.
I have to take 3
I'm
moves
ignoring
to go
the
there.
dog. Okay, sure. You do that.
Okay, you run all the way there.
Yep.
Attack of opportunity.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Slashes you with his club. All right, it's not a slash. 22.
That's a hit.
Miss. That's a miss.
That's actually a miss.
Oh, really? Wow, your AC is great.
No,
is
he's
great.
pretty good now. Okay, so you were like, as you ran by him, he like takes a swipe at you, and you're like, "Damn,
I do a somersault. I avoid it.
that's not fair.
That's not fair. I've never seen that before.
No, you have not. You're like,
That's
that's
advanced tactics.
totally, that's total garbage.
That is total garbage.
Hmm.
I got to be more careful next time.
So this other guy like runs over here, Bagman from behind you, and then slings Lomang from the back. Oh,
It's a miss.
16. It's a miss.
Haha, I'm dodging bullets.
You literally are dodging bullets. And then he
Actually, Basil, I will take care of this dog. You provide fire. I
he
mean,
runs up to Lomang.
it's so far. It's more than 2 turns to get to those
Yeah,
guys.
this guy Bigman goes, Bricks, get over
More
here.
than one.
Oh
turn.
no, now they're all coming after. They were running away.
Bricks runs over with his club, and now he's gonna slam on Lomang.
Gomez, call the dragon. Leave
Oh,
a mist.
he
Leave a mist.
Oh,
This is
jeez.
with a 15. He's gonna attack
Wish.
again.
Was he attacking?
You.
Oh, Gomez. Oh, me. Okay. That's
Because
a
they're
miss.
flanking, flanking.
Oh,
23 hits you.
Weave a mist.
6 points of damage. Take a little bit of damage.
Minimum damage. That guy has +5? Wow.
No, that was -5. He rolled a 19.
No. For damage, he's got 1 +5 damage.
Oh yeah, 1d6 plus 5. Yeah, they're ruffians. They're a pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
they
They're a
are.
pain in the ass. This other guy, you have no idea. He seems to have long gone. That mastiff is dead. Or sorry, unconscious. And then this mastiff, sees Dougie, he runs over to Dougie and bites him.
Ah, jeez. Bad dog. Bad dog.
Oh, he completely misses.
Rolled a 0.
Third action.
Oh, and he misses again.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dougie is going to whop this.
Dougie's up. Dougie's like, these dogs aren't that hard.
I can't select Dougie for some
We
reason.
need some help over here.
Because you have the.
Oh, I have
you
the wrong
point.
tool.
Yeah. You're doing fine. You're surrounded by 3 ruffians. Gomez is flat footed.
Oh,
You're
look
gonna
at
do
that
totally
crit
fine.
damage. Dang it.
What did you roll? 17.
17.
You hit.
Do I crit and do 48 damage?
You rolled a 17,
I know.
but you knocked the dog out in one hit, though.
All right. So I'm going to move.
You guys are liking level 5, huh?
Yes.
It's like
Very much.
Level
so.
5 is always the best level.
Okay,
And
then
I
you're
am done.
Gomez, you're flat-footed.
My taser, electric arc on Escher bouncing to Rix. Let's do that.
That will provoke.
Now, he already used it, though, right?
Not
His
the
reaction?
other guy in the north
Oh,
doesn't.
right. That provokes.
That provokes. He hits you. 9 points of damage, Gomez. So
But it doesn't disrupt.
It doesn't disrupt them. It doesn't disrupt. So you take 9 points. You set off electric arc. Who are you trying to hit? The two guys in front of you, I presume.
Escher to Rix.
Okay. Let's see. Rix will go first. He's the one who just hit you, by the way, in the face. In the face. And he will do his save. Fails horribly. Etcher critically fails.
Ooh, good.
So Etcher takes 24 points of damage. Down goes Etcher, and Rix is like, "No, Etcher, Etcher,
Why, Etcher? Why?
Rix,
You're gonna pay for that, Kappa."
No, he's really not.
Yeah, he's not. And for my last action, Big Man. Big Man has to get taken down and lodge. I demoralize Big Man with a withering glance. Surrender to the law.
Oh no. Okay, what is that? An intimidation check, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty crappy.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I don't think it works. You try to act like a big man.
You're just a goblin.
Big Man
You're
is a
just-
big man.
Yeah, big man is bigger than you. Basil,
Alright.
you're up. Almost everything's down.
It's time for Rix to catch some arrows. Oof. Actually, maybe not.
16. Almost hits Gomez.
This is actually the first time that I can remember that a longbow is being used to its full potential of its long range.
Wow.
Fights are always much more close quarters in this.
Got it.
True. That's outdoors. It helps us.
Well, this map is gargantuan. I mean, this map is enormous. Not only is he using it to the full ability, but he's actually taking a minus to the ability because it's so big, which is ridiculous. Hit again. 2 points of damage and 4 points. Not a huge amount of damage, but enough. Okay, you hit him 2 more times, man.
And that's 7 of my 20 arrows.
Like a human pincushion.
I don't think there is like a tumble to avoid attack of opportunity in this anymore, right? It's
Step.
like it's just step, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, crane stance. Let's do that
But
first.
you can take as many steps as you want.
I actually welcome this spot because I can hit them both. All right, so flurry. So for first action, crane stance. Second action, I'm going to flurry on the guy to the north.
Okay, Rix.
I would have said put some damage on Bigman, but it's your choice.
Yeah, Rix.
I want him
Rix
out.
is the one that took a lot of damage before. You hit 9 points of damage.
He's still up.
Yep, he's still up. Punch him in the face. Oof.
Comes the kick. Kick
He
misses.
misses.
Uh,
But he does have to do a fort save.
he does. So 21 DC.
He fails. He takes. He's slowed 1.
Slowed 1. I have
Finish
one more
him.
action. I could try and finish him
Finish
at a
him.
-8.
Now,
You dazed him.
just
You
so you
dazed
know,
him.
my plan is they're coming up. So if you could take one out now, that'd be great.
I'll try.
He's dazed and confused.
Not gonna happen.
Ugh.
That's not gonna do it.
I'm done.
So my
7.
plan on my turn is to try and hit 2 of my lightning again.
Yeah, do it.
Just so you know.
Big Man, who's like, it's like, stick in there, Rix. We can do this. I'm sure we can take him. Don't give up. And then he's going to club you. He's going to club you like a seal. 16.
Attacking an officer is a felony.
That's another felony. Separate account.
You keep racking
Separate
up
incident.
the years.
I attack again, and you're not taking me in, Kappa.
Racking
You're
up the
not taking
paperwork.
me in. Okay, maybe you're gonna take me in. Just maybe you're gonna take me in. Okay,
Oh, wow.
I'm not doing too well here. Maybe we can parlay. Maybe. And then Rix runs away. He's
Attack of
like,
opportunity.
you don't have that.
No, I wish.
He's like, and then Bigman's like, you coward! You coward! You can't run away! I'm gonna find you and beat you to a pulp! Ducky's up.
I remember he lost the move, right?
Yeah, he only moved. He moved 50.
Twice.
Yeah, he moved twice, that's all.
And I'm not going because these guys have attacks of opportunity.
So you're not gonna flank
you know what?
Bigman?
I am going to flank Big Man.
Oh, Bigman's gonna attack you.
All right. I wouldn't have known
Oh.
that he's getting attacks of opportunity. I would always go for the flanking.
He
Okay.
rolled a critical miss, so he's like swinging miss. He can't even get there anywhere.
It's that plus 2.
You hit.
17 damage.
Oh my god.
Just a little damage. It's just a little.
That's a lot of damage.
Maul time, number 2.
You got there in one move.
Plus 2.
That's
2
the wrong
Oh,
attack.
yeah, you're right. That was
You're
2
done.
moves. You're right.
Yeah, you're
that
done.
doesn't count.
Gomez.
Attacked with the wrong weapon anyway.
One guy is down. The other 2 ran away. The dogs are down.
Yeah.
Lomang and Dougie are flanking this poor dude, Big Man, who's been hit once in the face with the maul. What are you
If
gonna do?
I move here, 35 feet away, is that right? I think that's right.
Well, you're gonna provoke because you have to go through his. You're gonna have to go through his.
I take that chance.
No,
but,
he did.
Oh, he
He's
already
already-
used it. He already
he's used
used
his
it. Yep,
reaction,
so he
yeah.
doesn't provoke.
But
Yep.
do I see the other guy who ran away? Still with
You see.
field of vision.
Interesting. Yeah, you do.
Like, how
actually.
far did he get behind that corner?
He was dazed and confused.
You see Rick's there. He's like running towards. There's like a. You can see there's a very narrow corridor, and he's like running down this.
All right,
area.
that is 40 feet away.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to do a Hail Mary pass. My elemental toss is 1 action. I use my extendo for an additional action to make it 2 actions, and I give it a 60-foot range, which puts him in range, and I try to hit him with my elemental toss.
Okay. So 1 to move, 1 to extend, 1 to hit.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see.
See if I can get him before he gets away. Actually, I should actually. Let me look at one more thing. I'm sorry. There's a better option possibly. Okay, nope. Tanglefoot is 2 actions. All right, elemental toss it must be.
I was gonna say everything has 2 actions except for like
Yeah,
one or
except
two
for
things.
that, except for the elemental toss.
Oh.
Ooh, elemental toss.
Do it, fiery goblin friend.
Oh my god. How did you do 28 points of damage?
Oh, I knocked him in the back of the head with my rock. That's great.
Wow.
Just 3d8 plus 4. Wow.
You got a
Holy
7,
moly.
a 7, and
That
a
wasn't
7 for
even
the
a
actual
crit.
damage dice.
The crit was 42 points of damage. It was
I remember
Holy
that being a
smokes.
lot lamer than this. This must have advanced because of 5th level.
It did, because every 2 levels, your cantrips go up and your focus spells.
Wow, that is
So-
amazing.
Well, I got to remember that. That's a elemental toss. Like I always dismissed it as being not very good. Now it's actually really good.
It's like the strongest.
Well,
Is that
it's
a
a
22
one.
crit.
It's a
No,
focus
that's-
spell.
Yeah, that's my extra bonus.
You can do it
Oh.
once per fight, basically.
Nice.
It does 1d8, and then but every 2 levels it becomes that's 2d8. Now it's 3d8. 3d8.
Jeez.
You roll 3 7s and plus 4 plus a 3
That's
because
some
you
damage.
have
None shall escape the hand of the law.
Where does the 3 come from?
You knocked out the guy from up north?
Yeah.
he's-
The guy who's trying to get away, he's
knocked
not
out.
getting away.
Basil, there's Bigman. He's the only one left, and he's pretty far. But I guess Basil's gonna go closer, so he gets
That
another
should
shot.
put me, that's 1 move and should put me inside 100 feet or at 100 feet.
95 feet. So you're there. Yeah.
All right, time to catch a couple arrows.
Arrows, by the way, are destroyed once you fire them.
Yeah, I know.
And you like that
You
one?
hit. Basil's like, I'm now just call me Bowman.
I'm Robin Hood.
Oh my
Holy
god.
moly, he hits again.
Robin of Locksley.
Well, it's my turn.
You're never
Wow.
getting that
I'm
bow
so
out of his hand
happy.
ever again.
I'm so happy about that. I'm so
I
happy to
love
see a
it
bow
too.
come into its full potential.
Yeah.
Here comes the crane flurry.
Okay, Lomang is losing his mind. He's like, no, still kill our
Still my
eye.
That's a
kill.
crit,
That's a
that's a
pretty big
crit.
roll.
That's a crit. That's a crit.
Nice.
Wow, he's still up. Oh no.
No, he's not. No, they're all down.
Wow, that was a good job.
that?
You guys just decimated those guys. So,
Yeah.
so okay, everyone's down. One guy got away. The
yeah.
dogs are unconscious. 3 of the guys are unconscious. 1 ran away. Where
Well,
you're not sure.
But he might have gotten caught by our backup, right?
Yeah, he could have gotten caught by the backup because they were like surrounding the building, so you're not sure. But
Yeah, we got to take the doors
And our
next.
contact
Mhm.
will take care of all the bodies.
I need a
Like,
band-aid.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
something
so-
to kiss my boo-boo.
Do we have 10 minutes to heal Lomang and Gomez?
Probably not.
You can do whatever you want. All I know is remember he did do a knock on the front door before.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta,
you know
we
what?
gotta move.
Yeah,
we gotta
so-
move.
I
then.
could
Yeah.
also whip out a scroll and heal myself with a scroll that's almost essentially in this circumstance instantaneous.
Wait
Right,
a minute.
that's
Do
what
I
we
have
need.
any cure? The low cure potions? I think I do. Hold on. I'd rather
Then we
you
get
drink
rid of all
potions.
those.
I mean, I could
I'd
use
rather
a
burn
treat. I
potions.
could
I have
use a treat
3
wounds on you, which
healing
is,
potions.
Oh, as an action, as like a
which
not
is
10
co-
minutes.
in combat action.
Well, Dougie, you have
But then I can only do
4
it
of
once
the
per day.
miners, and that's
Oh,
it.
don't use it. Don't use that.
Well, I can only do it once per day on you.
Actually, maybe that's not so bad because I'm not going to do that stupid thing ever again. This
What
fight.
is that called, Jason?
Treat wounds. That's the actual one that's or battle medicine. I'm sorry. That's the one that's actually
Okay.
in combat.
I have.
Yeah, why
that
don't you do that?
also.
Why don't you do
Well,
that?
Dougie has
Uh,
battle medicine too.
I also have that, so we can both do it. So what is that?
That you have to roll. That you have to roll.
That's the DC 15 thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
and that just nixes it for me, not for anybody else.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, do that because I'm not. That's my one. I'm putting myself in harm's way that I'm going to do.
There's Dougie hits. Is that a crit? Is that a crit?
A
No,
23? No,
uh,
a 25 is a crit. So
hold
you
on,
do,
hold on. I have
There's no lawyers.
the medicine.
I have the
advanced-
healing tools.
He has the advanced
Oh.
healing
And even
tools.
then,
That only
that's
gives you
only
plus
plus
1.
one.
Oh,
so-
okay, all right. So that's 2d8, or are we at 3d8?
Correct. It's 2d8.
2d8.
Unless you were going for, you had to tell me ahead of time. You can do a
No.
DC 20, which
No.
will heal more, but if you
No.
miss, you
Oh,
miss.
God, no. God no.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do.
Basil's going to briefly go into the bag of holding and
Yeah.
grab up a few more arrows to top up his quiver.
There's,
As he used,
Gomez.
used almost
So that's
all
8.
of them
I think I
up.
used 9 of them.
That's 8 for me.
Okay.
That's
and
awesome.
we have these healing potions too that I want to get rid of.
You have any crappy healing potions?
So
They're
Dougie
super
healed
crappy, yeah.
himself.
I'll take one.
Wait, who'd you heal?
Or just
Who'd
give
you
me
heal?
I didn't heal
give
anybody.
me Basil's
Well, you used
first
your
aid.
Dougie. You used your battle medicine. Who'd you use that on?
I used it on Gomez.
Yeah, he's the only one kind of seriously hurt. So Gomez, you get 8 healing immediately.
Well, Mank, do you need a potion of?
I do.
Okay, I'll give you one. Do you want me to roll for you?
I'll take a D8 potion.
Give me a D8. It's like a V8.
All right, here's a
but
D8.
Not quite as good.
You get 4.
4.
Just enough
right, that's
to
fine.
make you look tough.
You're 75 out of 80. You're almost there. Close enough.
Close enough.
You guys are creaming these guys now. It's like
Our House of Fire.
seriously, like level 5, you're just crushing everyone.
Yeah.
So we're
Now I need a striking
Done.
rune for the bow.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
already
good
in love
idea.
with the bow.
He's already let me try this bow. He's like, okay.
What's
I
the
have-
one action reload that's? I mean, damn.
0 action reload. Yeah.
0 action. Yeah, 0 action reload. Meanwhile, Lomang's slowly getting his crossbow out, slowly reloading it.
I know. It's
like-
sad.
It's sad. Just sad.
I got one shot off and then I was charged, but I can still hold it while fighting, which is kind of good.
All right. I guess we
All
can pick
right,
up next time when
yeah.
you guys rush in the front door and seeing what's
Perfect.
inside this huge warehouse.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, Agents of Edgewatch. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com.